I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Happy Friday. You made it through the week. Hit yourself with a pat on the back for that. I hope everything is well with all your family and friends. Happy holidays if you're preparing or enjoying the holidays that's happening right now. I want to say shout out to my day ones for coming and the first first ones to come in and support in the chat. I truly appreciate you. Like turkey sandwich, how are you doing, sir? Happy Friday to you. Hope everything is well. Hope everything is well. Brucey, it's good to see you. Shout out to you. Happy holidays to you. Happy Friday to you. And I'm so glad, so glad that your surgery went well. I'm so glad. Praise God. I appreciate you being here. Truly appreciate you. Let's see who else we have in the chat. Oh, we have Miss J Boricua. Shout out to you, ma. Que lo que. Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday. Happy holidays, dear. Thank you so much for coming and supporting. And yes, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, we have officially made it to 150,000 subscribers, and we did it before the end of the year. We have reached our goal. So shout out to everyone. I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much. We have did it, guys. We did it. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate all of you. Truly. Hey, Ricardo, how are you doing? It's so good to see you. Happy Friday. I hope everything's well in your missus, sir. And happy holidays to you. Young Riaz, little bro, shout out to you. Happy Friday. Happy holidays to you. I hope everything's going well, little bro. Hope everything's going well. Let's see, Miss Joanne. It's so good to see you, my sister for Canada. How are you doing? Happy Friday and happy holidays to you too as well, ma'am. I hope everything's going well with you. And not last, and definitely not least, Miss Sweetheart. It's so good to see you, darling. Happy Fridays to you. Happy holidays. And I hope everything is going well with you and your loved ones. Truly appreciate you coming. Truly. All right. Up. Can't forget King Kamikaze. How you doing, sir? It's good to see you. Happy Friday. Tuning in while you're driving. Truly appreciate you. And happy holidays to you, sir. Happy holidays. All right, so I do have 3 cases for you guys. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta. Oh, how you doing, Lark? It's good to see you. Happy Friday. Happy holidays to you. I hope everything's well, sir. I hope everything is well with you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. All right, so I think I got everyone. I hope I did get everyone. Okay, so I do have 3 new cases for you. Go ahead and hit the like button for me while you're coming in, or hit the down button. It still helps the channel. Share this out to anyone who likes these type of cases that we're going to review. And if you have any cases of your own that you're interested, that you would like to see us talk about it on the channel, at the end of the live stream, go ahead and put it down in the comment section. I do read all my comments, so you can go ahead and put it down there, and I heart them as well. All right. So the first case that I have for you good folks is about a killer. The moment, I guess, she realized that the detectives know everything, pretty much everything that she's gone on. Like, I guess she tried to put in get out of it. And we know that a lot of people who tend to become suspects, they like to try to get out of it, or they think that they planned everything accordingly. So, nobody can pick up on their tracks. But we're going to check this out. We're going to see how this goes. Let me go ahead and pull up my screen. Let's see. All right, I hope you guys can see this, and here we go.
In this video, we'll be diving into a case that shook the city of Cleveland to its core. What makes this case extraordinary is the complex investigation that took place following the murder. But to fully understand exactly how this killer was caught, we have to start from the very beginning. On November 3rd, 2013, at exactly 8:35 p.m., the Cleveland Police Department received a chilling 911 call.
911, do you need police fire? I can't hear you. What's going on? He got shot, please! Who got shot? My husband, please! Please!
The voice you have been listening to belongs to a 41-year-old woman by the name of Yuloma Curry Walker. Yuloma just discovered her husband clinging to life on the driveway of their Cleveland home.
Who shot your husband? Oh, God. Please, hey, the police are coming, ma'am. Please help me. Please help me. Ma'am, police are coming and EMS is coming, okay? They're in route. Okay, stay right here. Don't move. Don't move, baby. Don't move. Please don't move.
First responders were dispatched, and within minutes, officers arrived at the Walker residence on Lampson Road. As they approached Yuloma on her driveway, authorities realized that they knew this couple. The victim was actually fellow first responder and lieutenant of the fire department, 45-year-old William Walker. Will was covered in blood. He was still breathing, but his condition was critical due to 3 gunshot wounds to the chest. As they were tending to Will, he mentioned something about a man in the backyard, but was unable to coherently complete his sentence. One of the officers quickly checked the backyard, but it was clear of any threats. Detective Thomas Lynch arrived to help with the investigation. He noticed something odd. Will's keys were found still in the side door. If this was a robbery, why didn't the assailant break into Will's home or vehicle using those keys? Aside from the 3 bullets that hit Will, there were several bullets that had struck the side of the house. They also found 4 9mm shell casings scattered around the crime scene. While the investigators collected the evidence, Will was loaded into the ambulance and transported to Metro Health's emergency center. Yuloma was riding shotgun. Once they arrived, the officers took note of Yuloma's appearance. Strangely, she had no blood on her. This lack of blood made it clear that Yuloma failed to provide any first aid assistance to her dying husband, despite being a nurse herself. The officers attempted to speak with her, but
All right, so off the bat, that was a lot of information. So you're a nurse. You did not render aid to your dying husband. Keys were literally found right in the middle of, I guess, him turning to open up the door. You're calling, you're doing all this hysterical action as if you were actually rendering aid to him on the phone with 911. And then you said that there was a person behind in, like, I guess behind the back of the house, but you could look at the back of the house, what the video or the picture that they showed us. It doesn't even seem like there was any like traffic or anything. It doesn't seem like nobody even went out the back door or anything. The door was even open. It does not look too good for her. And this is just literally what, maybe 5 minutes into the video. It doesn't look good for her at all. I want to also keep in mind that I heard the different intonage when she was speaking with the 911 operator. 1 minute she was putting on this whole facade. Oh my God, help me. But then once the operator gave her instructions, she acted like she snapped back into a calm state. Talk about, don't worry, baby, stay down, stay calm, everything's all right. Her tone completely changed. Usually when someone is in distress or they're dealing with a trauma-filled experience, you don't snap out of it just like that. You know, she went from a erratic type of voice and feeling like she's hysterical to the point where she was very calm, and is like her training as being a nurse or a trauma nurse kicked in. But that was just kind of weird for me. It was definitely weird for me. I just wanted to point that out. Let's see. Ricardo said, yeah, the overreacting when she was talking with 911. It really was. She was definitely overreacting. She was trying to put on a real show. But let's go on.
they were interrupted by bad news. Will's injuries proved to be fatal, and on November 3rd, 2013, at 11:42 p.m., just 3 hours after the 911 call was placed, Lieutenant William Walker was pronounced dead.
45-year-old William Walker was a 15-year veteran with the department. Walker was shot several times in the driveway of his Cleveland home last night.
Walker's neighbor tells us she heard 5 shots.
And here is what else we have learned. Sources connected to the investigation say Walker had a laceration wound in addition to multiple gunshot wounds in his chest. He died at Metro Health Medical Center. Walker's colleagues say he leaves behind a wife and 2 children.
Following Will's death, the police brought Yuloma into the station for further questioning.
So the reason we asked you to come down is because we never really got a chance to talk with you about, your Will's lived together.
Uloma and Will met back in 2005. They instantly felt a connection. They were both single parents, each having 2 children from previous marriages. And they both had similar social circles due to their professions, Uloma as a nurse and Will as a firefighter. In early 2013, Uloma was diagnosed with breast cancer. This pushed the couple to finally get married, partially so Uloma would be covered under Will's insurance benefits.
Will was just a great person. Unbelievable. I'm not going to say he was perfect, but he was my perfect. I just want to find out what happened.
I know this isn't easy, honey. How about, can we just go through what happened?
On the night of the shooting, the two were packing their belongings for their upcoming move to a new home in Madison, Ohio. Just before 8:30 p.m., Uloma asked Will to get some dinner from a nearby McDonald's. Upon his return, Uloma heard shots fired and Will screaming outside. After running outside and finding Will on the ground, she noticed a suspicious stranger while she was dialing 911.
It was one guy. I don't remember what he looked like. And I asked him, what did he want? I remember. That's the only person I remember.
Was he?
So what she doesn't understand is the reason why it looks very suspicious on her end is because if this was a regular robbery, stuff in the house would have been like, your house would have been in shambles, right? They would have been searching for whatever not. And then on top of that, if you were with him or around around the area, why nothing happened to you? Nothing happened to you at all, right? Then it's like, now you have to ask, well, what did this guy do for someone to have to take a hit out on him? Because obviously whoever shot him in that situation, it seems personal. He's a firefighter. I mean, I can understand certain things about grudges and revenge plots on people who are in law enforcement, like police, detectives, agents. I can understand that, right? But with firefighters, they don't really have that type of revenge plots happening to them, because they usually are there to just have a service, try to help as much people as they possibly can, try to get people out of danger. Like their situation is never about taking something from anyone, or people can feel like they're trying to take something from them or destroy their lives. That's just not that particular type of career field, right? So I don't really see any reason why he would have someone have something against him so bad that they would try to take his life. So now if I'm thinking like the detectives are thinking, I'm thinking, okay, well, we need to really find out who this person is. And the fact that you kind of had a conversation with this person, that's very odd too, because if you was trying to call 911 and be like, hey, listen, my husband got shot and it was a guy with a gun, or a guy wearing a black coat, a black mask, a black hat, a black sneakers, the normal getup, right? If that was the case, he would have most likely shoot you too, because he wouldn't want anybody to identify him, right? So again, you're saying all this, it just doesn't seem, why would he let you live? Why would he let you live instead of getting rid of anybody who can identify them or even recognize their voice, going into the house, ransacking the house, trying to get whatever item that they could possibly sell on the black market? None of those things happen. They just literally shoot this guy and dip. But let's go on.
Close to you? Did he approach you?
He came in the driveway.
Officers instantly had an idea of who this mysterious person may be. Will and Uloma's neighbor was a 27-year-old man named Rex Coleman. Rex had an extensive criminal record and had multiple armed robberies under his belt. He also owned an auto dealership that Will was in the process of purchasing 2 vehicles from. However, after paying $10,000 for one of them, the vehicle never arrived. The detectives asked Uloma if this conflict ever led to a confrontation between Rex and Will. She said no. However, there was a heated altercation between Will and some of Rex's acquaintances.
I don't think so. I don't
Physical
think that's a
altercation or anything. Just yelling and screaming.
Yelling and screaming.
She couldn't remember what this altercation was about, but from that point on, Will always carried a gun whenever he left his home.
Something had happened, and William had gotten his gun from underneath the bed. He took Pepe outside.
To the dog.
Following this interview, they hunted Rex down and brought him to the station for questioning. He denied any involvement in Will's shooting and provided an alibi. a pizza date with his girlfriend. Police were able to confirm this alibi, and nothing suspicious was found while looking through Rex's phone. Therefore, Rex Coleman was ruled out as a suspect. This lead didn't pan out, but it wasn't long before detectives had another name on their radar. After setting up an anonymous tip line, the police received multiple tips telling them to look into somebody named Chad. However, they provided no last name, no address, nothing, just the name Chad. The investigators reached out to Uloma and asked her if she knew anybody by that name. She said that her daughter Jackie actually had a boyfriend named Chad, and that the two were at Chad's mom's house on the night of the shooting. When speaking with Jackie, the detectives found it odd that she also wouldn't provide Chad's last name, but they were easily able to track this information down. His name was Chad Paget. The detectives spoke to all three of them, Uloma, Jackie, and Chad, about Chad's relationship with Will.
So even in that, that's kind of suspicious. So you know who your daughter's mate is. They did a Crime Stopper Anonymous, and a lot of people said it was Chad. Why wouldn't you give that person name so that even if I was the detective and I asked him, hey, can I get the guy's real name so we can just go ahead and rule them out? And you just said, oh, his name is Chad, and you wouldn't give the last name. I would find that very suspicious too, that you are afraid of implicating him into the situation. You're afraid that you think that he had some involvement and he would get a trouble behind it. So certain things that people do, they don't really understand what type of energy that they give off that will make people look at them or, like, are you hiding something? Are you being a little withholding? Is there something deeper into the situation? I'm kind of like, even with that little bit of information, I'm kind of concerned if whether or not if you had an intimate relationship with Chad, right? As the mom, like I would think, but let's see. Oh, King Kamakami said, Richard, that would have been the first thing I would have done. Right. Like, oh, yeah. Brucey, yeah, everything's fine. He said, everything is fine. She said, I knew it. Mama got a boyfriend, right? Miss Joanne. It seemed like Mama did have a boyfriend, and it seemed like Mama boyfriend was her daughter's boyfriend. I hope not, but let's go on.
They all said essentially the same thing, that Chad and Will got along just fine. However, when asking Will's co-workers about this relationship with Chad, they all said the opposite, that Will thought Chad was a lazy punk that's not good enough for Jackie. These contradictory statements puzzled the detectives. Why were Uloma and Jackie vouching for Chad if he was clearly on Will's bad side? Everything so far was pointing to Chad being involved, but since he and Jackie corroborated each other's alibis, authorities let him go. Soon after interviewing Chad, results came back from the crime lab, and it turns out that there was a latent fingerprint on one of the shell casings. However, this fingerprint didn't match anything in the criminal database, and even if it belonged to Chad, there was no way to know since Chad refused to provide his DNA and fingerprints. Therefore, Chad was placed on the back burner while the investigation continued. In the days following Chad's interview, a vigil was held for Will.
This little light of mine.
Hundreds packed Lamson Avenue for a candlelight vigil for Cleveland firefighter Lieutenant William Walker.
Heavenly Father, we just ask that you watch over his family in this particular time of need.
He was a great firefighter, great paramedic. He represented us well. And I could tell you this, that I'm a better man for having known Will Walker.
I'm really emotional right now, but I just want to thank everyone for coming out to support my brother. He would gladly, and I know he's gladly appreciating this right now. Thank you. I love you, Will.
I put my life on the line for the fire department. I've never done the things that he's done for this community.
And somebody know what happened. And they're listening right now. So you will be caught.
Not long after, there was also a memorial held by Will's fellow firefighters to honor his memory before he was laid to rest.
Not a single person had a bad word to say about Lieutenant William Walker. Just about an hour ago, he was let out by a procession of firefighters with his casket as they came out of public auditorium. They took the casket into a fire truck where the lights and sirens were going, and they took him off.
He was a great family man, real silly. That's what I'm gonna miss about him. He used to make me laugh a lot. We had the same sense of humor.
Over the next year, the case slowly went stagnant. Several more leads were looked into, but each of them only led to a dead end. Uncertain of what move to make next, they brought Uloma back in for another interview as a last-ditch effort for new information.
Was there anything going on at the time? Was there anything that we should be, focusing on?
I just want to find out what happened.
Okay, well, that's what we're trying to do. Hey, was there anything going on with finances?
I didn't have a problem.
How's your health been? Your health all right?
I've been to the doctor. Yes, no problem.
The detectives found it very strange that someone diagnosed with late-stage breast cancer hadn't gone into the doctor recently. After this interview, they looked into Uloma's medical records. They determined that she hadn't been to a doctor in over a year. In fact, it turns out that there was zero history of her undergoing chemo or any cancer treatment at all. Authorities quickly...
So I think that was very, very, very smart that they looked into her medical records, because now it kind of gives more motive, right? Like when we hear these type of cases and we hear that it's an insurance policy or a medical insurance policy, life insurance policy, whatever, that's on the chopping block, then this is mostly the main reason why people would do things like this. But the way how it was played out in the beginning was quite different. They got married. Apparently, she told him that she had breast cancer. Don't know what stage it was, but breast cancer, if you know, is pretty bad, right? He married her also because he wanted to put her on his insurance so she can get the best care as possible. However, she haven't gone and got any treatments. She didn't have any radiation. She didn't even have cancer pills, because they got pills for that too, right? Especially with people who dealing with brain tumors or cancer in the brain. They usually give them pills instead of them going through radiation, right? She didn't have any of that in her record. And then we cannot use the excuse that because of Will's death, that within the year of them trying to find out who could have possibly done this, that you wouldn't go get, any treatments. We know that if somebody who is a cancer patient or is suffering or dealing with cancer, you have to be on it when it comes down to your appointments. You have to be on it because your medication, because cancer spreads, right? It spreads. It doesn't just stay in one place. Like, you can have cancer that will start in your uterus, and if you don't get any treatment, after a while, it starts attacking your kidneys. After a while, it'll start attacking your lungs. That's how cancer operates. It starts attacking all your living organs, and it makes things bad until your body shuts down. So for her to be having this breast cancer that is supposedly, the reason why that she needed to be put on his insurance, but not getting any treatments, not following up on any appointments or anything like that, I think it's odd, because now I'm kind of wondering, did you lie to this guy and tell him that you was a breast cancer patient while y'all was deep in love, so he would do the right thing and get you the best type of treatment that you possibly can off of the insurance that he's paying for? And that was all a lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was all a lie. You don't have breast cancer. So in a way, it starts to make me think another reason why, if she did possibly take Will's life or got somebody to take his life for her, what if it was about to come out that Will would have been held accountable for trying to scam the medical, his medical insurance policy by her saying that she's on cancer? What if they were about to inform him that she doesn't have cancer, and that whatever claim that she was putting on his medical insurance is a lie, and he would have been held accountable, right? There would have been some responsibility there. Maybe that could have been one of the reasons why she did that, as well as being his wife, legal wife, and being able to obtain his pension and everything else. Just saying. Let's see. Hey, Lord ADS, how are you doing? Happy Friday. He said, wait, hold on a damn minute here. So the mother and daughter messing with the same dude, and dude in question deletes Will, the firefighter, and they're defending him? Yes, it seems like that. Miss Joanne said this is sus. I do. I agree. There's so many ways that you can go with this. Miss Malik said, oh, Jesus. What is it? Jesus Crust, how are you? Happy Friday. He says seems dangerous to speculate. I mean, well, this case has already been solved, so it's not dangerous to speculate. They already found out whatever they found out. Sweetheart says she just lied. Yeah. No, I am not a medical professional. However, I am a certified EMT as well. Jeez. Yeah. Thank you, Miss Joanne. Let's go on.
Realized that her late-stage breast cancer diagnosis was a complete lie. This led investigators to dig deeper into Euloma's records, including her financial records, and it turns out that she had amassed a significant amount of debt using a plethora of credit cards. For a moment, the investigators thought that they were onto something big. Perhaps Euloma had faked her diagnosis so that Will would marry her. And once married, she killed Will to collect his life insurance payout, thus solving her crippling financial situation. But they quickly learned that the beneficiary for Will's life insurance wasn't even Euloma, but rather his ex-wife Rita. Euloma didn't receive a dime. Did Euloma think that she would receive that money? Otherwise, why would she kill Will if it wasn't for money? Was Euloma really involved in Will's death after all? Investigators needed more information if they ever wanted to answer these questions. So in December of 2014, the Cuyahoga Police Department and the Cleveland Fire Department offered a $10,000 cash reward in exchange for any information about Will's murder that leads to an arrest.
We sincerely hope that someone will step forward and provide some information to solve these senseless crimes.
After notifying the public about the cash reward, a new tip came in from someone named Isaiah. Apparently, Isaiah had been approached by none other than Chad Padgett, who asked if he would carry out a hit in exchange for money. Isaiah denied this offer. With this new information, police now had probable cause for a search warrant of Chad's phone records. They noticed that around the time of the shooting, Chad was constantly communicating with Jackie and another unknown number. Police were able to trace this phone number back to a man named Ryan Doherty. Ryan Doherty was notorious in Lieutenant Walker's neighborhood for his colorful history of robberies and burglaries. In fact, at this point in the investigation, Ryan was serving a 17-year prison sentence for robbing a Family Dollar store and shooting a cashier in the stomach, less than 3 weeks after Will was killed. Officers wanted to build as strong of a case as possible before moving in on any suspects, so they obtained search warrants for Jackie, Ryan, and Euloma's phone records as well. They then worked with the FBI to create a clear map showing the exact location of these cell phones throughout the night of the shooting, and the exact times that they were communicating with each other. It revealed that right before the time of the shooting, Chad and Ryan had made their way from the west side of Cleveland, where Chad's mom's residence is, to the east side of Cleveland, directly toward the Walker residence. And at 8:30 p.m., Chad sent a text to a group chat that included him, Jackie, and Euloma. The text read, "We got a body." The evidence was beginning to paint a very clear picture of how this crime was executed.
So it was all three of them. Mom got her daughter involved, and I'm sure that her daughter is not William's daughter. She got them all involved to be like, listen, it's about to be blown up that I lied about having cancer, so he will marry me, and hoping that she would get his life insurance and all the stuff like that, or his pension. However, his ex-wife was still the beneficiary of his pension, and that didn't change. But she was in her mind, because she didn't know that he didn't change it. She thought that, hey, this is the good time, and now is the time before it gets exposed by the insurance company that she doesn't have cancer and that she was making fraudulent claims. So she was running up, I guess probably, what is that? I forgot what it's called, but it's like a little card that you get, right? From that you can help pay for your medical expenses. And they usually put like about a couple of thousands on it that you can actually use. I think that she was using that and just running it up and saying that it was because she needs these medications, for whatever cancer, breast cancer that she has. and she was going shopping or doing other things with it. So she was about to be exposed. She was about to be exposed. And that was the reason why she got her daughter and her boyfriend involved in this crap. Like, that's really sad. That's really, really, really sad. What a POS, all of them. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. No good deed goes unpunished. Apparently so. Apparently so. All right, let's go on. Let's hear what they have to say.
Chad was detained and brought down to the station for questioning. The first thing they do is confront Chad with the cell phone location data. His story immediately changed. Now he says that one of his friends, a person whose identity we will not be sharing, drove him to the Walker residence where Chad had stashed some marijuana. Ryan Doherty tagged along to buy some of this stash from Chad.
Where were you when you left? Were you at your house? Your mom's house? So you leave from over there in Denison. You get over to the east side. Tell me what happened.
After picking up the goods, Chad and Ryan went outside to make the exchange.
Went up on the porch, got my stuff. Showed Ryan what it was.
As they walked back to the car, Will pulled into his driveway, parking just out of Chad's view. When Ryan saw this, he suddenly started walking towards the driveway. He came back moments later as if nothing happened.
What did Ryan say when he made them?
He didn't say nothing. That's the thing. Ryan didn't say nothing at all. Nothing. It was just when I walked down the street, he told me, he's like, bro, like, I got you. You ain't gonna say nothing. I'm like, no, I truly did not know.
You didn't hear any gunshots?
No. And I know the sounds of gunshots.
Chad says that he only found out about Lieutenant Walker's murder later that night.
On the porch, I seen Jackie sitting there crying and everything, and she told me, like, look, guess Will's dead. I'm like, what you mean? That's when 2 and 2 got in my head. Me too.
While telling this story, Chad didn't realize that the detectives knew about the "we got a body" text. They gave him one last chance to fess up.
This could be an opportunity for you to determine kind of like your fate from here on out.
It's sad that he's such a liar, right? It's so sad that he's lying the way that he's lying because it doesn't make any sense. You were over there at your mother's house, supposedly with your girlfriend, that's on the other side of town, right? And you would drive however long, 45 minutes to an hour, to go to Will's house just because you had weed under the porch that you wanted to smoke or sell with someone who's like right there. That doesn't make any sense at all. It really doesn't. Why would you need to go drive over there? If that was the case, why didn't you and your girlfriend, right? Why didn't you and your girlfriend go drive back to her house, spend the rest of the day there? Or why wouldn't you call and say, hey, you know what? I'll meet you at so-and-so. I'm doing something on the north side. I'll be on the south side around like 5 p.m. You can meet me there and I'll give you the weed. And then the fact that you said that you didn't hear any gunshot is BS, right? I don't think that there was a silencer on that weapon at all. I don't think it was a silencer on that weapon at all. And then to say that you weirdly see this Ryan guy just walk back and he didn't say anything to you, a lot of his story didn't make sense. And I'm glad that, you know, they're literally trying to see whether or not if he has any truth in him, because they already knew about the text of him saying that we got a body. So you was well aware about what was going on. You was well aware that that the wife and your girlfriend was involved in whatever not. Y'all had a whole group chat about it. It's really sad if you really think about it. And then you can also tell by his mannerism as well, by looking at the interrogation. He's already starting to become, defensive, where he's crossing his arm to show that he's not trying to be forthcoming. Everything that came out his mouth doesn't even make any sense. If you was over there hanging out with your mom or doing whatever with your mom, why would you just up and leave and run over to the next side of town to just sell a bag of weed? Like, come on, stop it, sir.
I don't have nothing to do with this stuff. Okay.
Since Chad continued to be untruthful, the detectives decided that they had had enough.
Not bag murder.
Give you books. Right.
Didn't do nothing though, like for real. Okay. I really did not do nothing.
Stand up.
You probably didn't go quite how you anticipated, right?
I never even did nothing.
Following this interview, Chad Padgett was charged for the murder of Lieutenant William Walker. His DNA samples and fingerprints were finally collected. The fingerprints were then compared to the ones found on the shell case at the crime scene. It was a match, suggesting that Chad was the one who loaded the gun. After being thrown in jail for a few days, Chad's mother contacted the detectives, saying that Chad wanted to speak with them again. He was ready to tell the full truth.
Wherever you feel comfortable starting.
So now we're about to reach to the point where he's about to sing like a canary because it took a couple of days in jail with the cuckoo and cuckoo puff people to realize that, wait a minute, I'm about to do 20, maybe 20 years, 21 years to life because of what I've done. And the women who set it up for me to do this for them is about to be walking away scot-free. It's time for me to rat them out because I should not have to do this time by myself, especially when it was their plan to begin with. And I love when we get into this type of situation where these whole team people who have this big plan, and then now one gets in trouble, you put enough pressure on them, they start to crack. They're like, no, wait a minute. I'm not going to deal with this by myself, or maybe I could try to do a plea deal. If I give more information, maybe they'll lower my sentence and then they'll give more sentence than them to realize that my involvement was, even though I agree I was involved, what I did wasn't as, I guess, as serious as the people who has premeditated is. But the problem what he doesn't understand is that you're looking at first degree murder because obviously this is something that was premeditated. This wasn't something out of the whim. The fact that they had that group chat message about we have found a body, they can know how long that conversation happened prior to the shooting of William. It's already premeditated, sir. The fact that the only reason why you was able to shoot William is because of your relations with his stepdaughter. And also whatever connection you have with the wife. It's going to be premeditated, but you're a fucking idiot. Let's see. If a cop told me that I was going to be charged with aggravated murder, I would be yelling my fool head off. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Ricardo said, I'll be like, I'll tell you everything, but I want immunity. Right. I mean, I think that's probably what his situation is right now. He probably spoke to his mom, and his mom was like, you need to tell on those bitch, right? You know what I'm saying? You need to tell on them. And he was like, you know what? Maybe I need to tell on him and see if they could work things out in regards to, my situation. Kenneth Hart says, keep your mouth shut and get a lawyer. We always preach that here, Kenneth. Shout out to you. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Let's go on.
I've been with that girl for 6 years. Non-stop. On and off. Like, we've been cool. I met her mom a bunch of times. She seemed pretty cool.
Apparently, Uloma, Chad, and Jackie were all in the car together when Uloma first mentioned the idea of killing Will.
One day, dropped off at work, picked her up. She asked me a question. She asked me, did I want to make like $10,000? I said, there. She asked me to, I don't know how to put it. How'd she ask me? She asked me to kill Will.
Uloma told them that Will had been physically abusing her, and that the only way out of this abusive relationship was to get rid of him.
The man, I was on $10,000, dude. This money was running through my head.
Uloma told them that Will had a $100,000 life insurance policy, and that they would get paid once the job is done.
I said, I can't do it, but I might know somebody. She said, okay, that's cool.
Uloma then gave.
But see, that's just, even within that, that's so crazy. $100,000 is not that much money to be taking somebody's life for. And then if you really think about it, I don't know how much you think that she was going to give you. You think that she's going to give you half of that $100,000? No. You think, you really think she's going to give you 25? I bet you she wouldn't. So if you really just put it down to the basic, y'all would take someone's life for like $10,000 to $15,000? Like, that's insane. You threw away your life for $10,000, $15,000? Like, you really think that's money? That is not money. That's not money at all. Like, if you if you really think about it, like, it's insane, right? Like, people don't even know that some people who rent out rental buildings and stuff like that for their business, they're literally paying $10,000 to $15,000 a month to rent. And you're throwing away your life over $10,000 to $15,000, because if that's the case, she's not going to give you majority of the money. And then I'm thinking about it in totality. For $100,000, you're taking people's lives? My mindset is, if you're not able to obtain that by just working, right, or saving, then you get $100,000 after by cashing in a policy. You're not going to be able to keep that. You're not going to be able to keep that, because it really doesn't have anything to do about the money, right? It has to do about how you view money, how you use money, how you make money work for you. That $100,000 ain't going to do nothing. It's not going to do absolutely nothing. He said, I was thinking about 3,000 to 5,000. And even if she did that, that would be even worse. Man, that's going to take some getting used to. The staples are, I'm so sorry, Brucey. My bad. Let's go on.
Gave Chad a $1,000 deposit to search for a person to complete the job. Chad had initially presented the offer to his friend Isaiah, but after he rejected the proposal, he turned to his cousin, 22-year-old Christopher Hine, who was known to be an arms dealer on the streets. Chris then put Chad in contact with Ryan Doherty, who he enlisted to carry out the killing.
Okay, Ryan was like, would you be able to do something for some money? And he was like, what's up? I asked him, is he able to kill Will for some money? He said yes.
You didn't get $10,000, did you?
I'm probably want to say altogether about 2,500.
No, you're okay. You're okay.
$2,500 to Ryan Jeff.
500, and I still owe him 100. He was on my back about it.
Chad's interview was wrapped up, and Chris and Ryan were immediately tracked down and brought into the station by police. Chris was very forthcoming, telling the detectives the same story that Chad did, and then some. According to Chris, he was originally set to execute the plan in October of 2013, just a month before Will's death. He even went to Will's home on Lamson Road, but lost his nerve and couldn't fire the weapon. That's when he reached out to Ryan to carry out the hit, offering him a mere $800 and an assortment of paraphernalia. Ryan was much less cooperative during his interview. The detectives began questioning him, but without hesitation, he denied all of the allegations. The interview ended there, as Ryan would not provide any further information. Considering the "we got a body" text in the group chat, it seemed that Jackie was also closely involved in her stepfather's death. The detectives were now ready to speak with her again. Jackie initially claimed that she had no knowledge of the murder plot. However, detectives confronted her with all of the evidence, which prompted her to hop on the confession bandwagon. She opened up and confirmed what Chad and Chris had said, that Yuloma claimed she was being abused and was the leader of the operation. Chad was the middleman, Chris was the arms dealer, and Ryan was the shooter. As for the driver, Chad, Chris, and Jackie all said that he was not told the real purpose of the trip, and truly believed that they were just going to fetch some marijuana. When Chad and Ryan re-entered the car, they told him to hurry up since they had just robbed someone. Furious, he ordered both men out of his car.
Brucey.
They complied and their friend drove off. The two then took the train home, back to the west side of Cleveland to meet up with Jackie and Chris. Jackie also told the detectives that after everything was all said and done, Yuloma never actually paid anybody the full amount that they were promised. Jackie was then also taken into custody, so there was only one person left, Uloma. However, there was one problem. Authorities were struggling to find Uloma. Any attempts to reach out to her were met with no response. In an attempt to hunt her down, police reached out to Uloma's inner circle, and apparently a close friend of hers had reason to believe that Uloma had fled the state. She said that several months after the shooting, Uloma had asked her to help store some of her family's belongings. The friend agreed and rented a storage unit for about $800. However, after storing the belongings, Uloma went on a road trip to North Carolina. She never reimbursed the friend and had not been seen since. Police later found out that one of the belongings Uloma left behind was actually Will's car. The most shocking part was that his remains were found in the back seat. After collaborating with North Carolina state law enforcement, in just 3 days, Uloma was located and transported back to Cleveland, Ohio. As soon as she arrived, she was re-interviewed by Cleveland police, and this time there was no holding back.
Uloma was trying to dip. It's sad how she set her own daughter up too, because the daughter said that she told them that she was being abused in that marriage, and that, listen, I just need to like, I can't take it anymore. He won't let me go. He won't let me marry, or marry me. I don't know what to do. We need to just get rid of him, and here's this money for you. It's sad that neither one of these people got paid what she said that she was going to pay them. She literally stacked up her stuff in storages and stuff like that, didn't and left town. Literally a couple of days after his death, she was out. She was MIA. She was trying to hit North Carolina. I don't know who's in North Carolina, but she was trying to hit North Carolina, and I wouldn't put it past her that she was trying to make it to the border, because that's what usually mostly everybody try to do. They try to literally go to the border after doing something that they know they're not supposed to do, right? It's really sad. Like, this is horrible. This is really, really horrible, man. Let's go on.
Remember Sandoval? It's been a while. Obviously, you're aware there's been some developments along the way.
You are a person that we consider involved in the murder of William Walker. It is considered an aggravated murder case because it was planned. At this time, do you care to make any statements about our investigation into the murder of William Walker?
Not with an attorney.
Okay.
With Uloma being uncooperative, she was swiftly arrested. Her and her 4 co-conspirators were all charged with aggravated murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and 2 counts of felonious assault. During their arraignments, each person pled not guilty and was assigned a $1 million bond.
You wish to enter a not guilty plea. Not guilty plea is accepted. Bond is set $1 million.
However, leading up to Uloma's trial, her alleged accomplices would all eventually turn against her. Chad, Chris, Ryan, and Jackie all agreed to testify against Uloma for a lesser sentence as part of a plea deal. Uloma's trial officially began in June of 2017. The prosecution's plan was to show that this murder was all about money. They suggested that although Ryan Doherty had ultimately pulled the trigger, Uloma's surmounting money problems is what led her to orchestrate Will's murder. Uloma's defense team would go on to deny the allegations against her. They suggested that Uloma was a victim of Will's domestic abuse and that Jackie, in an attempt to protect her mother, had actually cooked up the murder plan. They also argued that the 4 testimonies of those involved in the murder lacked credibility and that they were only pinning this crime on Uloma to lessen their own sentences. On July 7th, 2017, after a 10-day trial, the jury had come to a decision and the verdict was presented to the court. Uloma Curry Walker was found guilty of aggravated murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and both counts of felonious assault. Her sentencing took place about a month later, on August 8, 2017, and she was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Chad Padgett's aggravated murder charge was dropped to involuntary manslaughter, and he was sentenced to 28 years in prison. On top of his 17-year sentence from his previous convictions, Ryan Doherty was sentenced to life with the possibility of parole after 23 years. Christopher Hines was sentenced to 18 years in prison. And since Jackie was still a minor at the time of the crime, she was sentenced in juvenile court and spent 1 month locked up at a juvenile detention center before being released.
So that situation was very weird and crazy. You had 4 people that literally came together to unalive this man for no good reason. Unalive this man for $100,000 life insurance policy. That is trash. then if you really think about it, the ones who actually committed the crime of taking his life, they didn't even get paid more than $2,500, and that was only one person. I believe that Ryan is the most stupidest person of all out of everybody here, right? Because you was already just got out of jail for doing some stupid shit, and you already had 17 years, and you go do something like this. Yeah, sir. I'm glad that you got life in prison. Like, ain't no way. Like, obviously, you haven't learned. You didn't learn your lesson, and you like it there. So, I mean, you need to stay there. The smartest one, or I say the luckiest one in this situation, was the daughter because she was underage, and the fact that she had to go to juvenile, she only spent 1 month. It's going to be closed because she's a juvenile, so it doesn't have her infected on her or anything of that sort. Um, yeah, that was a crazy case. That was definitely a crazy case. Brucey said, "Good. Finally, a sentence worthy of the crime." Right, right. Yeah, it was definitely worthy of what it was. It was really bad how they did this man. So rest in peace to Lieutenant William. That should have never happened to him. And it's unfortunate that sometimes you don't know who you marry. You don't know who you marry. You don't know who you date. People know how to put on a facade. Like I said, my sister went to her Ivy League school, and in her psychology class, they said that people today, especially today, can put on a facade about who they really are up to at least 3-5 years until the subconscious takes over. Once the subconscious takes over, then they can't hide it anymore. They have the things about them that you never knew would come out. This is why we also see a lot of the divorce rates happen at the 5-year to 7-year mark. All right, let's see. Ricardo said, "But what a way to mess up your life and your daughter's life." I agree. I definitely agree. Hey, Bama, it's good to see you, sir. Hope everything's well with you. Happy Friday. Happy Friday and happy holidays, sir. I hope everything is well for you. I hope everything is well. Aw. All right, so the next case that I have for you, good folks, is about a teacher. A teacher realizes cops discovered her disgusting secret. I know this probably has something to do with children. Y'all know how I feel about children, but we still have to review these type of cases. So go ahead and hit the like button for me. Truly appreciate it. Or hit the down button. It still helps the channel. Share this out to anyone who's interested in these type of immersive type of conversations about cold cases that have or solved cases. And if you have any case that you would like me to review on this channel, go ahead and put it in the comment section at the end of the live stream. I heart and I look at all my comments and I thank you. Let's see. New Blue Money. Hi, how you doing? Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Let me go ahead and pull up my screen and we can get into it. I think this is good. And here we go.
He's just a hair young. And, well, you're being an educator, not supposed to do that, but it's really the age.
Isn't he 15? I mean, that's a middle school. What kind of sicko?
When disturbing messages between a Texas teacher and a middle school student surface online, detectives step in to investigate, but her sickening admissions are far worse than they could have ever imagined.
I just saw your hair in the cookie jar.
The following is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. On July 19, 2023, the Nacogdoches Police Department receives a call from district officers at McMichael Middle School.
Hey, we've got a situation where a teacher has been, I guess, having an inappropriate relationship with a student outside of school, and it just came to our attention. Another kid here at the school showed the principal over here some Snapchats that were corresponding between the child and the teacher, but we believe everything's been happening during this summer break out in town.
The messages, anonymously posted to Facebook 4 days earlier on July 15th, show conversations between a student and 24-year-old teacher.
I hate this. I hate when people are dealing with underage children. I also hate when it's that authority type of situation. You're using your authority to take advantage or to coerce someone who you have authority over. I don't like that situation. And this is what happened. Like, there has to be a point where this needs to stop. Women and men, if you are a teacher, if you're dealing with these children, I understand how these kids are today. Trust me, they are well developed. Some of them look like they can be older, right? A lot of them act like they can be older, right? They don't have like a childlike mind. They don't play the same type of games and go to the schoolhouse and have recess the way how we used to anymore. We're in a different world now, right? We're in a world of technology. So I understand this. But here's the thing. You got to stop doing things like this, right? You need to deal with people close to your age, right? You got to stop putting yourself in this type of situation. And it's hard because now teachers are closer in age to the students that they're going to the school to teach now. They're just saying that this girl is 24 years old and the boy is 15. You do the math, right? They, even though I think that math is disgusting, but still, they're really not that far from each other. You know what I'm saying? If you really think about it. So that's how they're thinking about it. The younger these kids are, or the younger these kids become teachers to younger students, they forget that the teacher student relationship, it has to remain professional at all times. We have to stop this. But let's go on. Let's go on and let's see what else happens.
Annalie Andrews, a reading interventionist who was just hired by the district for the recent school year. Investigators contact the student's mother, and she arrives at the police station unaware of the shocking discovery.
We've looked at these messages, and they're obviously a little concerning, maybe even a little inappropriate. So I want you to look at these. They're messages from Snapchat. Are you familiar with Snapchat? I don't have it. Well, these messages are from Snapchat, basically, which is an application that you can send messages and pictures and videos back and forth to someone, and these messages and videos, after a certain period of time, they disappear.
However, it appears that someone was able to gain access to the child's Snapchat account, as at least 12 screenshots were captured and 2 chats were deleted.
What grade is your son in? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar.
He's going into the 9th grade this year.
Okay, so he's going into the 9th grade, and how old is he?
15.
15. Did he just turn 15?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when did...
21st.
This is a grown... Allegedly, this is a grown woman.
I think he would have an sense of right from wrong.
We really want to stop this from happening further. Like,
yeah,
we're taking the initiative to do this. We don't want, if something is happening, we want to stop it now. We don't want it to progress.
I mean, that's a middle school. What kind of sicko?
Yeah. We agree.
Yeah.
We definitely agree.
Though school is out for the summer, investigators are able to intercept the teacher, Ms. Andrews, as she arrives on campus to turn in computer equipment. The evidence made public is already damning, but her own admissions will soon expose the full, horrifying truth.
Hey, hi, I'm with the police department. My name's Detective Ball. We'd like to visit with you for a few minutes. Have you got a few minutes for us?
I think so.
Do you want to talk here?
I'm a little busy, but...
Okay, sure. Let's go in here. Long story short, I know you're in a hurry, and we don't want to hold you up. One, you don't have to talk to us.
Okay.
You know you're not under arrest or anything like that.
Okay.
But, do you know what we're here about? Something's come up.
I mean, I'm not really sure.
Tell us about it.
The mistake I made was...
Tell you that. Listen, they're watching your social media.
Letting him...
They're watching it. PSA.
Contact me.
Yeah.
And, you know, we just talked, and I didn't, you know, think anything of it really. He sort of started to make me feel uncomfortable, and after I could tell that was how he was thinking, and also just getting some space away from the situation.
Right.
I went on vacation. I applied to a totally different job. Actually, I'm like going overseas now to like go volunteer on mercy ships.
Notably, Ms. Andrews' resignation letter was submitted on the same day the screenshots were shared to Facebook. In the email sent to administrators, she describes traveling overseas to teach at a small academy for children and considers returning to McMichael Middle School in the future.
Was he a direct student of yours, or was he just in the school and he was just that guy?
He was in the school.
Okay.
He wasn't one of my students.
Okay.
During his forensic interview, the student explained he first met Ms. Andrews when his friends told him to go to her classroom, when he should have been in jazz class. It was there they exchanged Snapchat information.
I probably said.
See, this is the problem. Like, listen, I understand that teachers have conversations where they're trying to find different routes to get close to their students, right? Because a lot of kids have a lot of things going on in their real life, in their household, and sometimes they just need a mentor or they need someone else outside of their immediate family to be a support system for them, right? And you want to find different ways how to reach these children so so they don't have this wall up and they don't feel like they can talk to anyone if they can't find that in their immediate family. But there is a thin line that is being crossed. The fact that you're even speaking with this student on Snapchat that's unprofessional. There should be no reason why y'all are taking each other's social media social media platforms. You shouldn't be exchanging each other's social media platforms. Doesn't matter if it's IG, doesn't matter if it's TikTok, Snapchat. There shouldn't be no reason, unless the only reason I would see y'all exchanging that is if your teacher or whatever professional has a social media platform that is literally catered to the student, to what the things y'all do in school, and they also can come over there and learn things that they would learn in school outside of school hours. If it's not business related, there should be no reason why you're exchanging anything. So for her to act like that, she became uncomfortable after linking up and giving the Snapchat, and then on top of that, the boy is not even from your class. He's not even one of your students. He said that he was sitting up there hanging out with his boys, and it was like, yo, go to this teacher class, whatever not. She probably cute, blah, blah, blah. Oh, let me go check her out. And then he went over there to go check her out. And you literally entertained that conversation to the point where y'all can exchange Snapchat, knowing that he was a student in the school, whether or not if he wasn't your student. So a lot of things that she's saying, even though she's trying to make it seem like it was very angelic, it's very innocent. Nothing was really going on behind that. I don't buy it. There's a reason why that his friends would lead him to go over to your class to see you and to strike up a conversation with you. Whether you want to admit it or not, there's a reason why those boys had that type of idea about you. Because maybe someone had conversations with you before and you talked about inappropriate things with those other guys before, and that's why they think that they were comfortable to do that, So this is a trigger warning. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it because I don't like how youth get involved in things like that, right? And we as adults have to hold the line. I will put it like in that way. We have to hold the line, right? We have to put the boundaries up to know, hey, this is appropriate and this is not appropriate. We cannot meddle the lines. And I know it's hard when you're a young adult yourself, right? When you're a young adult yourself and you're dealing with other young adults that, according to the law, they are considered underage or they're considered minors, you tend to forget that you can't play in the same playground as them. You had your time. You had your time. Your time is over. You have to move on in this situation. But what they brung up was very suspicious in that case too, because as soon as the text messages and everything leaked out about her conversations with this student, she put in her transfer papers to go over to Seeds to teach over there. the problem is with that, I don't have any issue of you going overseas to, to teach and whatever not and removing yourself, right? You should resign, right? But my issue is that if you don't learn from your mistakes right now, you're going to take that over into another country. And that's not fair for the people over there and the students over there. You still haven't learned where your mistake or where you need to be accountable at. That same me meddling the lines is still in you, and you will still perform that over there. The fact that you didn't have nothing in you as, wait a minute, I'm a teacher and I know what the rules and the policies of is in the school. No fraternization with the students or anything of that sort. You couldn't even follow that. So you're going to take that poor decision making over there if you don't learn from your mistakes. Let's see. Brucey said if it was a man, he would be on the floor in cuffs being dragged out the school and a life sentence. Yes and no, Brucey. Yes and no. That does happen. That does happen. Larky says, different story if a male teacher. Absolutely true. I mean, it would be definitely worse. It wouldn't be this whole type of conversation like this. But yeah. This is a trigger warning. Please remember that this might be a trigger warning. Thank you, Bama dear. I appreciate you. Trigger warning. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I truly appreciate you. Let's see. Center Porch said, I've been security on a campus and I have kids in all levels of school. I also have a master in forensic psychology. I never spoke to a student outside of work parameters. Those boundaries are set. Thank you so much, Center Porch. I truly appreciate you. I truly appreciate you. Like, it's really hard, right? It's really hard because, like I said, the kids today don't dress like the kids from my time. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a stark difference where you knew who was an adult and who wasn't an adult, right? Like, even now, today, I have young men who are like literally 20s and early 20s and stuff like that, thinking that I'm around their age, or maybe I'm 6 or 7 years older than them and stuff like that. And they be trying to holler, and I'm like, whoa. I'm like, hold on. Go that way. Go to your playpen. Time out. I am nowhere near your age. I'm nowhere near your age, okay? I'm an old woman. I know you're in your age. And it's hard. It's really, really hard. But this is why you have to draw the line. And if you are confused where the line is, when it's a professional setting, they give you the guidelines for the line. If you don't know how that look like, read your guidelines, read your contract, okay? Read those things. Don't just be like, oh, I'm going to sign away. I'm just going to sign away and not read into it. Please read your contract, your contracts, right? Please, okay? Let's see. Is this some recent news or a talking point? New here, forgive me. No problem, New Blue. This is semi-news. This one is semi-new. But thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. And shout out to Sweetheart for sending floating hearts for 10 jewels. I truly appreciate your support. Thank you so much, sis. I truly, truly appreciate you. And shout out to King Kamikaze, who sent floating hearts with 10 jewels. Truly appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And once again, Kamikaze with the thumbs up for 10 jewels. I truly appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate you. Oh, Brucey, you so sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's go on. Let's go on.
Some things that I shouldn't have said to him, but nothing criminal ever happened between us. And I don't know what he said. And it's just really frustrating. I don't know what I was accused of exactly.
Following the Facebook post, Ms. Andrews messaged the anonymous poster on Instagram. In her message, she wrote, "Who are you? What do you want?" The anonymous person replied, "I know what you did." While Ms. Andrews denies anything criminal took place, the detective hints that he knows more about the situation than she realizes.
I mean, you know how you were a teacher when the kids, you catch one, just for example, hand in the cookie jar. I just saw your hand in the cookie jar.
The messages suggest the pair met outside of school on multiple occasions. In one exchange, Ms. Andrews arranges to pick up the student at his home, and he writes, "Park in front of the house like last time."
We only were at his house. I mean, I just picked him up from his house, so we never really spent a long time there.
Did you go inside?
I did go inside once or twice.
All right, fine. Hey, do you see us going, oh my God, we're just talking. Well, yo, hey, this is not the end of the world. We just gotta.
Just really, I just have a lot going on right now. About to get on a plane.
Again, remember what I said. This whole thing, we're going to get through this.
In other messages, they agree to meet in parking lots and even at a local Domino's.
Domino's? That's across the street from my house. Okay.
See, this is what I'm talking about. She should have came clean, because of the simple fact is that you try to make it seem like the young 15-year-old was making advances out of you, and that you was put in a very uncomfortable situation, but your text messages says something entirely different. You're talking about linking up with students after school hours, going to Domino's and stuff like that. That doesn't sound like a person who was uncomfortable about the conversations or the situations that was happening in the Snapchat. And she's not, and it's like, I mean, I know they're not going to tell her because they want to see how forthcoming she's going to be when this bomb is being dropped on her. But I just find it weird how people really know what they be doing behind closed doors or when nobody see and stuff like that, and they really act like belligerent, that they don't even know that you was literally what's the word, egging it on. You was literally signing on the dotted line and giving a green check of go ahead and continue to pursue me. Go and pursue me. Literally engaging in this conversation. Like, I can understand if you did get scared. Let's say, for example, we already know she made the mistake by not setting up a boundary and pretty much entertaining it, right? We know that off the drip. But once you realize it wasn't like, hey, I need a tutor, hey, I need a mentor, hey, I got problems going on. Once you realize it was sexual advances, and us women know when men, it doesn't matter if they're young or old, is now coming at you in a sexual advance, because we go by energy. We read energy. Let's not act dumb about it. We read energy and we know when it gets to the sexual attention, right? Once you realize that happened, we should have had seen that in the text message. You would have had a abrupt kind of like, wait, hold on, I can no longer speak to you in that way. I thought that you might needed a mentor or someone to tutor you or something. That's not what I'm here for. You would have seen that in the messages. The messages show clear as day that you was entertaining it. You was entertaining the whole entire thing. It's sad. It's really, really sad. Tony Rose, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you. He sent a high five for 100 joules. Thank you so much, sir. I truly appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Happy Friday. Happy holidays to you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Lark says she was sleeping with him for sure. I think so too. At this point, I wouldn't put it past that she probably did actually meet up with this young individual at the Domino's and things that I saw that was explained in the messages. I wouldn't put it past it at all. I wouldn't put it past it at all. Hi, Julie. How you doing? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy holidays to you. She said, God help us. Yes, we need all the help that we can get. The comment needs to come now, like ASAP. That's how I feel. But Mrs. 004, how are you doing, ma'am? Happy Friday. Happy holidays to you. She said, what's her name? I don't have her name exactly right now, but I will put it in chat once I get it again. All right, let's go on.
Okay. What are you thinking right now? What does it sound like to you?
Could be screwing somebody that's old enough to drive.
Ms. Andrews also writes, just say you're going to hang out with a friend.
For a good 2 weeks, he was spending a lot of time out of the house, which is weird for him because he's normally just in the house and on the game. But it was right around the time school let out, so I thought he was just hanging with his friends. Wow.
Y'all first see each other for the first time. Does he like show interest in you? Do you show interest in him? How did this kind of get spun up so quick? Or has this been going on for the whole last school year?
No. So I'm obviously I'm not an idiot. I'm sure, part of me in the back of my mind, like, probably knew that he might,
No, I know I'm not no, ma'am, you are an idiot. You are you are an idiot. Cause now you're about to admit, and I don't understand, like at this point you didn't have the conversation, you didn't even have to have the conversation with them. As soon as they stopped you and they said, hey, we need to talk to you for a little bit, and once you realize what they wanted to talk to you about, you should have went and got a lawyer. You said, I'm not speaking about anything. I need to go ahead and get a lawyer because this has something to do with my job, something to do with my reputation, and how I conduct myself. I would have went and got a lawyer. The fact that you're sitting up there having this conversation with them, and now you're about to explain to him that you had an inkling in your back of your mind that he wanted something more than just like a mentor, teacher, student type of relationship, is going to confirm that you was more involved into why this thing played out from the beginning. You were down with it. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't this is a 15-year-old boy who is very aggressive, very a strong masculine energy, and you coerce. No, this is not you got coerced by a student. No matter how she tried to downplay it, you did not get coerced by the student. You gave in to the student's advances. It's not the other way around. Okay? Let's see. Shout out to Tony Rhodes again, who sent flowers for the 30 Jews. I truly appreciate you. Truly appreciate you. Again, happy Friday and happy holidays to you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, okay. She said, I'm a female. Oh, okay. My apologies. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Thank you, dear. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Okay. Ricardo says she was at my teacher St. Valentine's Day on the school at her class was an adventure. That's crazy. And again with Tony, ma'am, thank you so much. She says a thumbs up with the 10 jewels. Truly appreciate you. Truly, truly, truly appreciate you. All right, so let's let her go ahead and expose herself even more, that she was willing and accepting and going for those advances from a 15-year-old 15-year-old student.
for me or even try to do something, but I just thought that I just assumed, like, oh, of course I wouldn't do that. Of course that wouldn't happen. I just was uncomfortable, and I only knew him and not the other kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure I was partially uncomfortable because I shouldn't have been there, but I was just lonely and wanted someone to hang out with.
Let me ask you this: how many times did y'all meet?
I think, I'm just trying to, like, I didn't count, probably like 3.
Girl, I don't think she's hearing herself. Can somebody explain it to me? Why don't people shut up? I don't understand why people really need to, I guess, explain themselves. And they think that they're being sneaky or cunning in the situation. No, you're literally exposing yourself. You keep on saying that you was uncomfortable. You met up with them once. So this is like, we have to literally go down the timeline, guys. We got to go down the timeline, okay? She entertained him by giving her Snapchat. She entertained him by having conversations with him, messaging on Snapchat. She entertained him by setting up a date in a location to meet up with him out of school hours. She entertained the situation by hanging out with them at whatever location that it was, and it was a group of young teens, and she was with them. She swears up and down that she was so uncomfortable, but she didn't do this one time. She did this 3 times, and I think that that is even a lie because it took her a while to think about it. She tried to make the numbers low and reasonable enough that they won't continue to go on and ask her even more questions about what happened during the times that you meet up with this young man. You probably went on many dates with this young guy. And then you also admitted that you were lonely. You're that lonely that you got to go hang out with teenagers. That is a antisocial issue problem that you can't have friends or people that is in your peer level to hang out with. You're a fucking teacher. Like faculty, like at this case, I would prefer fraternization amongst teachers than the fact that you're fraternizing with a 15-year-old child. Like at this point, you know what I'm saying? Like this woman is this woman is crazy. This oh God. Okay. Yeah. Woo. Okay. Holla at me, hear me. New Blue Money sent 100 for 2 jewels. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate your support. Truly appreciate you. Kamikaze again sent the thumbs up for 10 jewels. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate you, Kamikaze. Truly appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What's going on, my problem child? That's my problem child right there. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, sir. Happy Friday. Joanne said that cop isn't believing her. Absolutely not. But they're playing her very well. I will say you that. They're making her feel comfortable as in, listen, you're not in trouble. We're not about to arrest you. We just really want to know what's going on, you know? So they let her, you know, pretty much just spill out, like, you know, word vomit of everything that's going on. Larky said, what did she say? You heard her right, Larky. You heard her right. Brucey said, what does a 26-year-old have in common with a 9th grade boy? Absolutely nothing but raging hormones. Let's see. I did say coerce, Jesse. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Hi, Cindy. How are you doing? Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you and happy holidays. I hope everything's going well with you, dear. Hope everything's going well. She said coerce. Ain't no way. Ain't no. Yeah, I knew that she was going to say it, right? Because if you really think about the framework, how she's trying to set this whole story up that she's telling the detectives, she's making herself seem like she's the victim. She was uncomfortable. She was around all these kids. I kind of knew that he wanted something more. You know, the conversations that I was having with him was inappropriate. She's trying to make it seem like this young 15-year-old boy had the power to force anything. That's really sad. That's really, really, really sad. Mrs. 004 says she got way too comfortable. She did. Cindy Porter said that's a relationship. Miss J said, New Blue Money sent high five for 100 jewels. Thank you so much, New Blue Jewel. I truly appreciate it. Truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's go on. And yeah, definitely, this is a good one. Merry Christmas, everyone. Whoever participates in that holiday. Ricardo says, come on, she's 24. The kid is 15. How she couldn't control herself? Right. She could have controlled herself. But then again, here she goes saying, I'm lonely.
Times?
3, sure it wasn't a little more than that?
I don't know. I'm not trying to think of a number. I just don't really remember.
Less than 10?
Oh, much less than 10.
5-ish?
I think it was less than 5.
Less than 5?
But according to the student, the two met outside of school approximately 6 or 7 times.
Met at his house. Where else did y'all meet?
And the other place we went to the park, whatever park is like sort of in that area, and there were some other kids there, and just like it was just so stupid, and I felt uncomfortable.
It was just so stupid, but you met up with that boy 7 times and you even went to his house? No, darling. No, absolutely. Absolutely not. It's not so stupid now. No. You don't get to play that. You don't get to play that at all. Like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Ricardo said, I'm just wondering what type of conversation and images would leak. So the conversations that they had was on Snapchat. Now, that's why, okay, if y'all have children, especially if y'all have teenagers, to all my parents is on here, be very mindful if your kids have Snapchat on their computers and on their phones. Snapchat has their chat where you can type things in there, and if you want to erase it, you can go ahead and erase it. However, somebody was able to break in or crack in to one of these individuals' account, whether if it was the 15-year-old or if it was hers, and they were able to screenshot and get all the messages before they tried to erase the message. She only tried to erase the message after after it was being said that these conversation or text messages that she had with the 15-year-old was out for other people to see. Like somebody posted it on a different social media platform, and that's when she tried to erase it, but it was already screenshotted and it was given. But a lot of these kids will use Snapchat under the disguise of thinking that whole message train that they had is erased and that you can't see it anymore. So just keep in mind if your children have that. Okay. Cindy said, I hope we get to hear his side. If he's underage at this time, they're not gonna let us hear his side, Cindy. Look at her smile. Yeah, like she thinks it's a joke, but that's because they're making her very comfortable. And because she's reliving it in her mind. Yeah, that too. Definitely that too. Yep, you hit it on the nail on the head, MJ. She entertained the situation. She did. She completely entertained the whole situation. And he probably snuck out to go see her. She went to his house. Like, now I'm kind of wondering, did you go to his house when you knew his mama was at work? So you literally are, how can I put this? You're acting like you're his age, where you go to your little boyfriend's house, whatever not, and y'all making out and stuff like that. Why would you be going to this young boy's house? Like, this is crazy. I bet she's leaked them or had them done. I don't know if she leaked them unless she was that was her way of trying to end the relationship. Like she got what she wanted, got the nut, whatever not, from a young guy, made her feel special and alive again. And how she felt when she was a teenager. And then she already had it in her back of her mind that she was going to go run overseas. Then I will believe that. I would definitely believe that. She's looking down to the left. She's so lying. Yeah, she is. She is lying. Definitely. No problem, Ricardo. No problem. Relationship. Yeah, it seemed like she was in a relationship with him. I mean, definitely in her head. Definitely in her head. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, most definitely. I'm acting her shoe size, not her age. Right. Exactly. She has strange thoughts. I do agree, New Blue. That's some real strange thoughts right there. Like, I don't know. Let's go on.
Comfortable the whole time, and I didn't even know why I was there.
Because he's a smooth talker. He is. He knows how to speak to an attractive young lady. Hey, listen.
It sounds really stupid, but and it also I had gotten to know him as a friend.
He's a good kid.
He's a good kid, and I am just too open, and I'm too, like, I'm too
Nice.
trusting and
Nice.
too nice.
Open.
And
That's the
that,
understatement
I
of the
hate to
year.
have learned that lesson
Those
this
are
way.
not bad traits to have in this 2023.
By the student's recollection, the first time he, quote, hung out with Ms. Andrews was at a place she took him to, which he calls the mansion.
So at his house, at a park, where else did y'all meet?
You took him
The
to
only
a
other
place?
place was.
Oh, she a whole predator.
We went to a property I have. It has, it just has. I mean, it's just a nice place to hang out, I guess.
Ms. Andrews explains the vacant property belongs to her mother and is occasionally rented out to guests. She'll later take the investigators to the mansion so they can see it for themselves. But as the messages reveal, hanging out was far from the only thing they were doing there.
There's mention of drugs. I'm gonna say, blame of what?
Now, we did learn a little bit about some.
So as y'all can see, as deeper as we go into this interrogation, and the video essayist giving us more background information, she might have also been the initiator. I'm starting to believe that, because she had this special place, a special property called the mansion, right? If that was the case, if everything was so innocent between you and this young man, then why wouldn't you have him at your house, right? You brought him to another location, another property, to do whatever you was doing in that property with it. Like, you was all in. You was all in. You were not uncomfortable about anything that was going on. You found that 15-year-old boy attractive. You were sexually attracted to that 15-year-old boy. You wanted that 15-year-old boy. You set it up for that 15-year-old boy to have access to you in that way. And I understand he might have made advances, but you're the adult. You're literally a teacher. You're literally in an authoritative level. And you literally took advantage of it. You literally set up locations and everything. I don't know. No. Absolutely not. Ricardo said that's the same question I had. She's going to hit his house where his parents present. Didn't the parents have surveillance 6 times and they didn't see her? They probably didn't have surveillance cameras, and he probably knew how to cut them off or disconnect them for the time being, if that's his home. But you could obviously tell that if she was going to his house, because she admitted that she went to his house one time, or the student himself admitted that she came to his house, that most likely the parents was not present. Joanne said, don't jump on me, but he was most likely sharing it with his friends. That could have been a possibility. He could have shared it in a group chat or something like that, and somebody else got a hold of it, and it was like, oh no, we need to like expose this. Thank you, Rodney. Thank you so much. Happy holidays to you. Let's see. He's 15. He can't be smooth. No, he's not smooth. He's not smooth at all. Hey, Stay Strong. How are you? Happy holidays. Happy Friday. Cougar? Yeah, no, this ain't a cougar. This is a predator. Okay? A predator. A cougar is someone who deals, an older woman who deals with a man who's an adult, right? Who's an actual adult. There's no legal thing that's gonna happen. She's a predator. That's what she is. She's a whole predator. She's so gross. She was trying to impress him. Right. Yeah. Yeah. No effing way she did this. She did this with him. Lock her away and throw away the key. Yeah, man. Yeah. Shucky darn. Yeah, I know, Stay Strong. I know. It's bad. That's why I believe she leaked the photos so other boys would see more to pick from. You know what, Cindy? You have a point, sis. You definitely have a point. No, man, that part that she did hard stuff just triggered me. No, I understand, Ricardo. I really do. Yeah, she's just a straight predator. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's go on.
And it's not legal in Texas yet. Every other state just about it's legal, but we saw a little about some smoking. What's going on with that?
brought it and he offered me some. And I said yes.
They'll just smoke together like people smoke? Okay. That was his, I'm talking about marijuana, are we talking about the same thing?
Yes.
No cocaine or meth, none of that nonsense? Okay, all right, good.
But based on the child's forensic interview and the more cryptic messages, investigators are certain something far worse occurred between them.
How many times did some sort of inappropriate sexual event happen? How many times are we talking?
Don't cry now.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Like 3 times.
3 times, okay. Fair enough.
Three times is not a mistake.
You're pretty sure on that?
So
3 times, okay.
I'm not quite sure.
But here's the important parts of this. Out of those 3 times, did you ever force him?
No, I said no. I said
Okay,
no.
okay. Did you ever trick him into doing it?
No.
Did you ever say, I'll buy you Domino's pizza
I said no the first time, like a bunch of times.
Okay. Well, no, keep in mind we have to ask.
I cannot believe this girl. Oh my goodness. Not you crying. Because when they put the hammer on you and talk about, well, how many times you lay down with this boy? You said 3 times. 3 times is not a mistake. Your whole premise of this whole entire interrogation is that you made a stupid mistake. You were uncomfortable from the beginning and that you wanted to resign and go overseas. You was trying to get overseas before they caught your ass. That's what we was trying to do, right? You was trying to get overseas so they couldn't go over there and grab you back that quickly if you was to get a job or a spot teaching overseas. That's what you was trying to do. You was trying to escape the inevitable that was going to happen because you realized that the little boy is going to be a boy and he's going to go and talk amongst his peers about what he was able to do and how he's moving and how much of a man he was, and he couldn't keep it to himself, and then you got wing of it and then you try to dip. But you're a whole pedophile, my dear. You're a whole pedophile. Okay? You do not slip up and sleep with someone 3 times. And you only said 3, and I see that 3 is your magic number because you think that it's enough where it will convince a detective that you're being honest, but it's low enough for them to believe in some form of twisted fantasy in your mind that, oh, it's not that bad because it was only 3 times. That's why you keep the freaking number at 3. Like, and oh my God, this woman is really driving me insane. A whole predator. Literally put it out there. James said, liar. Absolutely, absolutely. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Bullshit. She didn't say no. She didn't say no at all. Absolutely. 3 equals 6. Shoot, 3 equals 9 with this chick. The guy, or close to 9 maybe, because they said when they was at the mansion, they was dealing with weed and stuff. I'm sure they was drinking too. Drinking, weed, all that stuff like that, right? Y'all know how people get when they have like those vices, they tend to do more promiscuous shit when they're drinking or smoking and stuff like that. There are studies behind it. It is what it is. James said at least 10 times. I agree. Cindy says she knows it was every time they saw each other. She'd done this before. Watch. I bet she was. You know what? I agree with you, Cindy. I definitely agree with you. The way how she's even moving and everything, she had done this plenty of time. How many children have you took to the mansion, dear? She's a pedophile. She is. I said no, but I took him to my private property so I can say no to him. Come on and quit. Yes, exactly, Ricardo. Exactly. Yeah, you know, they don't know how to cállate. They don't know how to cállate a boca, prima. Like, I only had 2 parents. Right. Exactly. Hi, Kevin. How are you doing? Happy Friday. Happy holidays. He says she'll only get 3 months. I hope not. I really do. I hope that she definitely get what she actually deserves. kiss that going overseas shit goodbye.
These questions, because we have got to weigh, are you this horrible monster, or are you somebody that made a silly mistake?
While she's adamant she said no multiple times, according to the child's forensic interview, Ms. Andrews was the one who first initiated the inappropriate physical contact. Still, she tries to explain to the investigator that it was the student who made advances, and it was unwanted.
So y'all are there, he gets personal.
Mm-hmm.
Do you open up to him?
A little bit.
A little bit? Okay.
Yeah.
Where does it progress from there?
I mean, he tried to kiss me and I backed away.
Okay.
And he, you know,
usually that sometimes is the
I mean,
person.
obviously I didn't get up and walk away, which is what I should have done, but I was still just uncomfortable and kind of pushing him off and saying like that I didn't want to do it.
What?
And, you know, he was just really hot and heavy, honestly, and he was just saying that like he was almost done and he just wanted.
What is this PDF saying? What is she saying? Is she crazy? She gotta be crazy. You felt uncomfortable and you was pushing him off. You telling me that a 15-year-old was able to overthrow you? And then he was like, oh, I'm almost done. So you gonna just let him sit up there and violate you 3 to 4 times, but you felt uncomfortable. Like, it's really shameful of this woman, this young woman, to do is to say the shit that she is saying. You had sex with this boy. And you literally, you're sitting up here and having this interrogation as if you're the fucking victim. Excuse my language. Sorry, Miss Joanne. I love you. I love you. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Sorry. I'm gonna stop cursing. But you're really acting like you're the victim. You're trying to flip this whole situation as you was taken advantage by a 15-year-old boy. But all of this happened in your quote unquote your little playground, the mansion. You went and drove to locations. You went and drove to his house, picked him up, and take him to your private property called the mansion in quotation marks. Like, I just can't believe you. How dare you sit up here and try to make it seem like you are a sexual assault victim? If y'all don't see that's what she's doing right now, that is exactly what she's doing. She's talking as if she's a victim to something that she never wanted to happen. She's trying to frame it that this boy forced her to do these things. And she's probably going to lead it in that if she didn't do it, that he probably said that he would expose her and she would lose her career and stuff like that. Ma'am, none of that would have ever played out if you didn't entertain it from the beginning. You're going to have to stop the bull S. You're going to have to literally hold yourself accountable and be responsible. Being lonely is no fucking excuse. It's no excuse. There's so many lonely people out here. I'm sure you could have had someone scratch the itch that you had going on that was closer in age to you. You picked out these individual boys because you know that you had authority over them. It's the whole quote unquote, what's the word I'm trying to use? Mysterious going on because you're like forbidden fruit to these young boys, right? Especially the ones who are brought up to believe that, hey, listen, if you're able to tap some older, excuse my French, coochie, that's a pat on the back, that's a rite of passage. You bought into that. And you also felt that you can control the situation. And you also thought that you can control him. And this is why you put yourself in that situation. Like, you're gonna be held, you're gonna have to put your big girl panties on, right? And handle what's coming down the pipeline for you. Handle that. Cindy Porter said again, done this shit before. Yeah, I agree. She done this before. I opened as wide as my legs would go. Yo, that bros go in the corner, Brucey. No matter, it's inappropriate. She's an adult and he's a child. I agree, Bama. Absolutely, 100%. Yes, stay strong. Tell Brucey to go in the corner. Tell him to go in the corner. He's doing too much. He's doing too much. I know, Miss J. I know. New Blue said, enjoy the live. Great vibe. Thanks for warm reception. Gotta go. Happy holidays to all. Thank you, New Blue. And thank you so much for financially supporting too. Happy holidays to you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Joanne. Thank you, Miss Joanne. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's see. Larky said, yes, that's exactly what she's doing. Yeah, she is. She definitely is. Cindy said, I've been lonely. NVR had the want to be around a kid for any reason. Right. Oh my God. That's so bad. Oh, I can't believe that she's doing this. This is really bad.
I wanted to do it and I guess yeah, I mean, it was kind of in that moment that things happened.
Was that the
It was just really
first
quick.
sexual encounter? Okay. Believe it or not, these type of situations happen frequently. Here's the whole thing. He's just a hair young. That's the only thing that makes this why we're here. You understand that, right? And well, you're being educated,
Yeah,
not
it's
supposed to
always
do that, but
all
it's
fun
really
and
the
games.
age.
Absolutely.
I mean, do you know how old he is?
I understand.
Do you know how old he is?
Yes.
How old is he?
Isn't he 15?
Although Ms. Andrews is correct that the child is now 15, by her own admissions, their meetings took place during the first 2 weeks of summer break, when he was still only 14 years old.
Hey, it's okay. Look at me. Breathe.
Oh, you
It's
dirty
okay.
girl.
Have we freaked out? No, we
He
got
was
a job to
younger. He
do.
was 14.
Now, if he was like 13, that's really bad. This is not, it's illegal. I'm going to say, but it's not way crazy. It is illegal. It is. But I've already told you, when we get to talking, you're going to go about your way.
Now seemingly more at ease, Ms. Andrews begins sharing additional details about other encounters.
By that time, I was just in the wrong mindset, and so it did happen another time.
And that was, when I say 50-50, both parties agreed to this?
Yeah, if
Okay.
that.
If that?
If that.
You were apprehensive, but went against your better judgment and
Exactly.
Okay.
By this time, I didn't say no as much.
You didn't say no at all?
I mean, I did tell him that we shouldn't do it, and but I did say I was always antagonistic about the situation,
You didn't tell him
and saying that we shouldn't do it.
But let's
But
get it popping.
in my mind, I wasn't aggressive enough.
Or is he using protection?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Lord knows where he got it.
According to the student's forensic interview, before bringing the child to the mansion, Ms. Andrews stopped at a CVS and purchased the condoms herself. After several encounters on the trail outside the mansion property, the use
What in the world? She's a liar. She is such a super liar. She said she didn't know where he got it from. They said they caught her on CVS purchasing fucking condoms. Oh my goodness gracious. I just want to wring her neck through this doggone camera and just pop her in her freaking head. Stupid. What is wrong with you, you pedophile? What is wrong with you? Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I want women to understand. I want women to understand, the ones who wants to dibble dabble with underage boys, okay? Do y'all understand how much y'all destroy these young boys' psyche and how they deal with women later on in the future. Most of these boys who are sexually assaulted when they're younger cannot have healthy, functioning relationships with the opposite sex going on into adulthood. They either go to two polarized extremes, right? They either can go really inward like an incel, or they can go really extreme where they're literally promiscuous, like dangerously promiscuous, to the point where they have to have sex all the time and that's all they think about, right? They cannot get any emotional connection to a woman or understand the pleasantries and the benefits of having healthy women in their life. They can't wrap their mind around that, because what these young boys don't tell you, what these young boys don't tell their male figures in their life, is that they truly do feel violated. And you know why they can't tell them that they feel violated? Because the dynamics between boys and bros is, this is a good thing when you're able to have access to older women and things of that sort. So they have to fall in line, or they'll get shunned or be like, quit being a little pussy or whatever not, by their peers or even older male figures in their life, if they don't agree that having sex with a older woman is a good thing. And they harbor that. Mentally, they harbor that they always felt violated and they couldn't say that they were violated because it's supposed to be a good thing to get older cooch. You're contributing, destroying young boys. And then you wonder why we have some of the young men and older men of today. A lot of these men and their mannerisms and the way how they conduct themselves around women, even in platonic social environments, will show you that these are men who was abused and have a warped understanding about their own sexuality and their dynamics or relationship dynamics with women. It's a twisted view. And a lot of them don't go and get therapy like women do. We make it our business to promote our young women to go get therapy and seek therapy when they get sexually assaulted, sexual harassment, things of that sort. It's literally a taboo thing for young boys and young men to go use these type of resources to help themselves. And you're contributing to that. You're contributing to the toxic and devilish and demonic relations between the genders that we're seeing today. This is terrible. It's really terrible. It's not even a funny matter. It's really, really disgusting and terrible. Miss Joanne said, to me, 13 is a different from 15, big time. 13 is a difference between 15. Absolutely, I agree. She didn't say no as much, on the contrary. Yeah, no, she didn't say no at all. She was just lying. Liv Nani said, this is disgusting. I agree. And happy Friday. Excuse me. Happy Friday and happy holidays to you. Brucey said, no telling where he got them. And she's the one buying them. Exactly, Brucey. Exactly. Lubnani said, men didn't want her, so she went to a child. I just think that she wanted control. Like, I think a lot of predators, and this is male and female, they literally are sexually attractive to children because of this this type of authority, this type of I have more maturity than this individual. You know what I'm saying? It's a power situation. I really don't understand the actual sexual attraction outside of the power dynamics, really. Not middle. Hi, happy Friday to you. Putting people near a door is a good way to get them to talk. You know, that is a good way to talk too, because if they, well, normally in this situation right here, I don't think if they put her next to the door because it would help her to talk and she would think she'll feel more comfortable to, talk to get out of the door. I think because normally when we look at interrogation videos, the door is opposite of where they have the potential suspect sitting. And they usually want to keep the door in the preview of the suspect because once they start getting the heat is on, they start to feel like they're being closed in, right? And they will eventually start squealing if they see that the door is right there in the peripheral and they can't access it, or they feel like it's about to not be accessible to them anymore. In this case, because they literally round her up while she was in the school before she was about to leave, they took her to the nearest conference room that they were at, and she just so happened to sitting at the door. But shout out to you and happy Friday. Cindy said, told you, this is what she does. There are more. I agree. And I think they definitely better look into that. Livnani said, this world is hard. I'm starting to think preteens and teenagers need to be taught this in school, as well as body anatomy. You know, I agree too. I agree. It is, and the world is hard. Definitely. Shout out to you. Cindy said, brings to mind that song by Garth Brooks that summer. You know what? I wasn't even thinking about that, but you know what? It does bring that into mind. Shout out to you for bringing that out, Cindy. Thank you. Yep, her hands of leather turned to velvet in touch. I agree. Yep. Ricardo said, that's crazy, MJ. It's sad, but true. It is true. It is true. And VR paid attention to the words till I got older. Freaking, yeah. You know, you don't know how many times that I had to replay so many songs, and then I realized what they really meant behind it and what was the true meaning behind the song. And I'm like, whoa. Brucey said, you're right, MJ. It's the same as us showing our feelings. If we do, we are seen as weak. I agree. You know, the peer pressure amongst men is something that truly needs to be studied. Yeah, she probably wasn't interested in guys her age. Yeah. Let's go on.
Condoms would be discarded in a nearby creek. Additional acts took place inside the house itself.
We were in a room with a carpet on it.
Okay.
And then at some point, he moved me to the bed that was inside.
The room with the carpet is outside?
It's in the air-conditioned garage.
Oh, okay. So, did you say he took you into a room with a bed?
Yes.
Okay. Be correct about this because it matters.
Okay.
From the transition from the original, the touching, to it's obvious he wants to have sex until the act.
Mm-hmm.
Is he forcing you?
He just didn't really give me much of a chance to say no. I mean, he was just really forward and like,
oh, you lying,
hands-on, you know what I mean? I mean, he would forcibly do things, but just not in a violent way.
The investigator then asks what they would do after each encounter.
I mean, we would just spend time together just talking. And
As couples do? A couple
for lack of a better phrase.
For lack of a lot better phrase, but yes, as people that have somewhat of an interest in each other do, that are in a relationship.
So.
Well, I don't agree to it because that's, again, lack for better words.
After asking her permission, Ms. Andrews agrees to take the detective to the mansion where the incidents took place. While waiting on a camera to photograph the location, he asks Annalie to share more details about the volunteer group, Mercy Ships.
It's Christian and it's like a supportive environment. And so, I wanted to be somewhere where I could, you know, mature and have, you know, spiritual support and, you know, people around me that I trusted and, you know, just to grow as a person and as a teacher.
Right.
And so I would be staying there for 2 years.
And she used it at her little French house.
With the detective's encouragement, Ms. Andrews seems to believe a 2-year trip abroad is still on the table. She'll later learn that her next destination won't be overseas. Once a camera arrives, an officer begins to take photographs of the property.
Friday, happy holiday.
We were talking about
Yep, you're right.
Did y'all ever spend any full nights out here, or just?
I mean, we were out pretty late, but never a full night.
And the main thing, what we have to look at, obviously this place is not like what we're normally used to going into. If we walked in here and there's a broken lamp and glass and marks on it, and we're like, okay, was there a struggle? Was it him? Was it you? That's why we got to.
Okay.
Don't read any more into it than what. That's the deal. This is more of just to say we're doing our job.
I understand.
Sure.
Yeah. That makes sense.
The air-conditioned garage she earlier mentioned is also photographed. The room contains twin bunk beds, stuffed animals, and a ping-pong table, seemingly designed to appeal to children. Once they're finished, investigators ask Ms. Andrews to voluntarily hand over her cell phone, and she agrees.
Does anybody else know about what's going on?
My mom knows.
Tell your mom.
Yes, sir.
What advice did mom give?
Cindy, my dear, you called it out. You called it out. She is one of the worst type of pedophiles. This is not a pedophile who literally had the hots for their student and she took it too far. This is not that situation. Just by looking at the house, she has the house set up for children. This is someone who has been luring children to her quote unquote mansion for a very, very long time. This is sickening. I want to throw up. I really do. I want to throw up. I really do. Bruce said the Love Shack is a little bitty place where we can get together. Yes, the Love Shack. Exactly, Brucey. Exactly. I fucking said it. They did. Yeah, you said it. You called it right on the spot, Cindy. Shout out to you. Kamikaze, once again, with the floating heart for 10 Jills. Thank you so much, darling. I truly appreciate you. I truly, truly appreciate you. And then again, he did a combo 2 times floating heart for 10 Jills. Thank you, Kamikaze. I always appreciate your support. I appreciate everybody's financial support to the channel. When you're able to get it, I truly appreciate it. But I also do appreciate all my viewership as well. You are just as much appreciated. So thank you so much. Thank you. Remember, yeah, this is like Epstein Island. Like, this is, wow, this is crazy, Miss Jalen even got her family in on this. It seems so. I was just paying attention to what she just said about how she used this place as a cleaner, a thought, focus, and to kind of like mature. Yeah, all right. Jim said, damn, that is not you in that picture. She is too fine. Oh, well, yeah, it is me. That's my AI. Shout out to you. Happy Friday. King said groomers. Yeah, that's what it seems like. Definitely groomers. Definitely groomers. All right, let's go on.
What advice did she give?
Did the right thing?
She just told me to do the right thing.
The following morning, Ms. Andrews sent another email to administrators, resigning from her teaching position effective immediately. The student's mother also returned to provide consent for investigators to perform a forensic examination of her son's phone. It was then they discovered further messages that revealed the identity of the person who screenshotted the messages and uploaded them to Facebook. The student's girlfriend, after logging into his Snapchat account, discovered the messages between him and Ms. Andrews. She was able to piece together the identity of Anna Lee after seeing a separate group chat in which the student admitted to his friends, "I just a teacher." She then posted the
Damn! Oh my goodness. Not you getting ratted out by your girlfriend because you being a whole cheater with your little goofy self. Oh my goodness gracious. Yo, that's crazy. A 24-year-old teacher gets taken down by another fellow 15-year-old. It's a doggone shame that sometimes that our young folks have to be put in a situation where they have to, be the adults about certain things. I'm sure she did it because she was, upset and betrayed and everything under that sort. But at the end of the day, she kind of did the right thing. She really did the right thing. So even though she probably did it because of her, of her ego being bruised and all that stuff like that, it ended up being the good thing and the best thing to be done because this woman have done this to other children. It's crazy. Shout out to the girlfriend. Shout out to the girlfriend. Let's see. Ricardo said, "Oh my God, no effing way. Yes way. Yes way." Miss J said, "Wow. Stay Strong said, "These people are sick. They are, aren't they?" And just like I said, Miss Jalen, shout out to the girlfriend. Shout out to her. It's crazy.
messages online and confronted Ms. Andrews herself, also accusing her of victimizing other students. When Ms. Andrews returned to the station to retrieve her cell phone, she was questioned about these accusations.
Don't be offended, but I've got to ask you this. Has anything like this ever happened before with anybody else that's not quite old enough?
They are so goofy. Absolutely.
I mean,
Happy
if
Friday.
it has, let's get it over. It has. Okay. All right. Can you give me a word on that?
I promise you.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, thank you.
No evidence was uncovered that any additional children were victimized. Hours later, police arrived to arrest Ms. Andrews at her home.
Hi, Miss Andrews. Is Anna Lee here? Are you Anna Lee? You mind stepping outside for me real quick?
Yes, sir. I don't have these on.
All right, that's fine. All right, so I'm going to need you to place your hands behind your back for me, okay?
So you're going to go to county jail, so you have to get a bond, okay? All right, for me, please, okay? There are several felony warrants, okay?
I know it's kind of a tough situation, but it's going to work itself out, all right? Just try and breathe and stay calm, okay?
She can't take any books, nothing. No Bible, no nothing.
They'll have a Bible in there that she can ask to read.
In August of 2024, Anna Lee Andrews pleaded guilty to 4 counts of sexual assault of a child under 17 years old and 3 counts of online solicitation of a minor. On April 8, 2025, she was given a concurrent sentence of 2 years at the Texas Department of Corrections with 44 days credited for time served and fined $5,000. She must also register as a sex offender. If you'd like to see select new videos early and help us keep uncovering case files that rarely come to light, you'll find extra footage and unseen details on our Patreon. Channel memberships here on YouTube also include early access to select new videos.
That was a very, very interesting case. She got 2 years. She did get time served, so she probably got less. She had fine, and she also is on the sex offenders list, so she's not going to be able to have any career field dealing with children or around children or anything like that. And serve her right. I do not feel bad for her whatsoever. She literally tried to paint this boy as he literally forced her or he committed sexual assault against her, knowing that she's older than him. He wasn't even 15 when this act happened. He was actually 14 years old. She literally drove him to her place, her private property called the mansion. She showed up at his crib. She literally hanged out with him and had sex with him every single time that they linked up. Like this, she had no remorse. So everything that we saw in the interrogation was her putting on a show, trying to make herself seem like she was the victim of all the situation. And she had the audacity to cry when she got locked up. Like, chick, you really thought that you wasn't going to be locked up? You literally thought that you was going to live your best life and be able to go overseas over this. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do better, okay? Do better. Yes, there are little fast ass girls and little fast ass boys, or I wouldn't even consider them fast ass. They're in a stage where they have hormones, their hormones are raging, and I like you, I feel like I like you, limerence, starts to happen. It's your job as being an adult to put the boundaries up and keeping the boundaries up. You cannot give in to your temptations, okay? It's going to cost you your life. It's going to cost you your reputation. It's going to cost you your family. Like, you have to be strong enough to not entertain advances from people who you should not be entertaining advances from. It is what it is. We're not going to make excuses about this, okay? There is no excuse. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. You need to grow the fuck up. You cannot relive what happened in your teenage years when you were the man and you was the jock and you was the cheerleader and everybody loved you. No, you can't do stuff like that. No, unfortunately, you cannot go back in time. It is your job as the adult, as the young adult, is to make new memories, start new beginnings. Okay? You wouldn't have that situation happen. It's terrible. Truly, truly, truly terrible. Let's see. 2 years. Yep, 2 years. Crikey. There's some serious whack jobs. I agree. Shout out to you and happy Friday and happy holidays. Yeah, only 2 years. It's funny though, right? I think we need to start getting stronger term sentences for things that have to do with sexual assault and sexual harassment. I think that if we had stronger terms from those things, that people will probably change their mind or not. But I think there's more time need to be added. She wants a Bible now. I think that was her mom, Ricardo, that wanted to give her a Bible. But yeah, we do see a lot of people call on Jesus and they're now the most Christian person after they commit a crime. And now they change their ways in the blink of an eye, right? That's what she gets. I agree, Michael. I agree. Hey, hi, how you doing? Again, happy Friday, happy holidays to you. Thank you so much for the compliment. I truly appreciate you. Truly appreciate you. Cindy says, you know what? I have never seen a predator sign in any yard ever. Why? I know, right? I know. Evil. Yeah, I agree. Ricardo said, yes, that's the situation. PDF files usually get short-term in prison and life-term PDF files registration. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nasty, absolutely mean, and crazy. I agree. Unfortunately, the judges are pathetic. It seems so. Maybe it might need an update on our penal laws, truly. Luna said, darn, I missed it. I just found you. Definitely joining. Oh, thank you so much, Luna. Happy Friday and happy holidays to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Kamikaze said, the girl that cried wolf but turned out to be the wolf. She's more than a wolf. She's a vulture. Okay? I remember being 10 so long ago, talked about raging hormones. You just don't know as a kid. Evil mofos out there. I agree, and then the bad thing about it is, like, everybody knows that it really takes the human mind to fully develop it at the age of 25. Right? At the age of 25. And we know some people are more advanced than others. It doesn't matter if they're men or women. Some people are more mentally advanced than others. Some people are more naive and gullible. And that has to do with your social environment, your upbringing, and things that I saw it, right? That's all included with it. And we're not even talking about mental illnesses or anything that's underlining, right? About your personality, What she did, she was in cognitive thought. She made the decision to accept and also initiate the advances from the 15-year-old boy. She had to be held accountable the way that she was supposed to. Skinny said, I bet she could still go and work at school in another country like she planned on doing. Well, not on parole though. Yeah, well, not on parole, but once parole is over, yeah, she could still go overseas and participate in their school education, because unless it's a country that is not necessarily linked with America in that way, they wouldn't be able to get that information. Let's see. Oh, we just went over a pedophile 24-year-old teacher who sexually got into a sexual relationship with one of the students at the school who was 14 at the time. 14 at the time. One of my daughter's teachers in grade 7 got caught doing the same thing with a boy in grade 9. Her sentence was much longer, 10 years. But you know what, Joanne, you're also from Canada too. Yeah, you know, your penal law is completely different than ours. We're trying to get there, and we'll get there. We'll get better. It's just unfortunate that, you know, kids have to continue to suffer in the process until we get better, right? All right, guys. So I'm up to the last case for the night. Go ahead and hit the like button for me if you haven't hit the like button as of yet, or you can hit the down button, whatever floats your boats. It still helps the channel regardless. Share this out to anyone who likes this type of immersive conversation that we have over here at this channel. I truly appreciate it. As always, all my viewership and the good folks of the algorithm. If you have any cases that you would like me to review on this channel at the end of the live stream, go ahead and put it in the comment section. I will put it in my trusty book and we will review it later on in the show. Truly appreciate you. Truly, truly appreciate you. So the last but not least final case that I have for you good folks today is about a killer. A killer realizes she's been caught 27 years later. Now, I find this interesting because we have so many cold cases that later on, it's like a whole lifetime can pass by and then we start to be able to close these cold cases. So this one was this type of situation. Excuse me. So I thought it was interesting and we're going to go ahead and take a look at it right now. Let me go ahead and pull up my screen. I hope you guys can see it. And here we go.
We kind of have a little bit of a mystery on our hands, I'll say.
Okay.
That we're trying to sort out. So you said you have 2 kids, right?
Yes.
Okay. Any other kids? Was anybody pregnant and then like no one ever saw the kid or anything? This is a baby, if you couldn't tell.
I'm gonna throw up. Like, that's gross. I'm sorry, I've got goosebumps.
Baby was actually set on fire.
Oh my God.
In Albany, New York, a twisted crime has haunted the city's residents for 27 long years. An unidentified newborn baby was murdered, burned, and dumped in a local park. But as one family is about to find out, no secret stays buried forever.
God help someone if they lie.
The following report is based on official police records. On the morning of September 6, 2024, police officers swarm an unsuspecting 52-year-old woman named Carrie Mazuka and abruptly whisk her away from a Dunkin' Donuts parking lot in Guilderland, New York.
We're gonna need you to come with us. We'll explain everything when we get where we have to go, okay? But I need you to help me out.
Oh
This
my
will make
God,
sense in a
and
minute,
this is in my neck of the
vehicle will
woods.
stay right here. The
Why?
troopers will make sure it gets locked up and everything, but it's imperative that you come with us now, okay? All right, so if you want to just come right this way, thank you.
The gray car.
That gray car right there. And I'm sorry, but it's our policy before you get in our vehicle. This way we have a female with us. We just need to make sure you don't have any weapons or anything like that on you.
Can I grab my cell phone and call work? Am I gonna be late?
I don't see it. What time do you have to be at work?
8:30.
I think you should be okay. We'll grab it for you if you'd like. Where is it?
Washington Ave Extension.
No, your phone.
Oh, and it should be right in the panel, like the cup holder.
Cup holder? Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll grab it. All right. Hang on 1 second. Hang on to that, please.
Carrie sits in the back, and if she has the slightest clue what all of this is about, it's not apparent.
So what happened? I didn't put my signal light on till...
Oh, you know those troopers. They're always worried about vehicle and traffic law. I think that's what I heard him saying when he came in.
I'm sorry, but the fabrication of the police officer was hilarious. He said, oh, you know, them damn troopers, man. You know, them state troopers, you know, they pull you over. They said it was something like a traffic light issue or something like that, and you didn't put your signal on. You know how they go. He's literally trying to keep her calm and not give it away that the reason why they're bringing her in is because something with her DNA popped up that links to a situation that occurred. But I just found that was so funny how he how he bust out the line. Oh, them damn troopers. Let's go on.
And you might not have.
Can I have my phone?
We have it. Yeah.
Can I have my phone?
Just 1 second, please, and we'll get you that. You wanted to call work and just let me know
I just
you're
want to text work, yes.
Okay. Yeah, if you just, do you mind giving her her phone so she can just let her know she's gonna be late?
Where are we going?
Right down to our station.
Am I getting a ticket or anything, or?
Well, I mean, you've been pretty cooperative, so I don't think you'd be getting a ticket.
This is like.
The simple fact is, if this was a regular traffic violation, they wouldn't have put you in a car. They wouldn't have detained you and put you in a car. And the fact that she's not even putting two to two together is quite discerning. You being a New Yorker, it doesn't matter if you're even upstate. You know what the lick hits for. You would have gotten a ticket, and if anything else would have happened, they would have detained you and took you down to the county jail. They don't put you in a car just for a regular ticket unless you have a warrant. Let's see. Jay said the police be so kind. You know what? In some situations, they're not too kind to other people as well. There's just some cops that are not nice cops. This one seemed like he's nice, and he's playing the game though.
The first for me, I'm like shaking.
So you're okay. No, you're fine. Seriously, relax. You're not in danger or anything. You're fine.
No human trafficking here?
No, you're good. All right, Carrie.
Can't believe how nice the weather is. Still going into September. This elevator is probably older than all of us put together.
Yeah, it's tiny. Sorry.
Feels like a closet, not an elevator. I don't know if it's the slowest elevator, but it is. It's one of the top 5.
It's not quick.
Carrie is taken into an interrogation room at the Albany Police Department, where the investigators ask for her help in solving a crime that has haunted the community for decades.
We kind of have a little bit of a mystery on our hands also.
So I wanted to keep in mind, like, this is how you know that the room that they had the prior case that we were reviewing, where they had the woman in when they was interrogating her, was a conference room. This is an actual interrogation room. Like I said, they always have the suspect sit opposite of the door, right? But it has to be in their view. This is a psychological tactic that detectives or police use, right? Because when they know they're about to start asking you very difficult questions that you might expose yourself or give yourself away, they know that you're going to eventually start looking at that door and start feeling closed in, feeling very claustrophobic. So they do this on purpose, okay? Skinny said the police are kind. That's the best.
Okay. That we're trying to sort out. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to read you a few things. These don't mean you're in trouble by any means, okay? But because there's some unknowns that we're dealing with, I want to make sure you understand them, and then we can kind of explain what's going on.
Okay.
With that said, he reads Carrie her Miranda rights and reveals what all of this is really about.
We're looking into something that happened quite a few years ago, okay? Back in 1997. So some remains were found in Washington Park, okay? And, you know, it's been a long time since it happened. We've been kind of working on it here and there. And we've been deploying a new investigative technique, right? Do you watch, like, any of the stuff on the news, like genealogy stuff?
So I wanted to stop here because I wanted y'all to know how her demeanor completely changed, right? She had a lot to think about when she was in the cop car. Then when he started approaching her about a case that happened around 1997, did you see how her body mannerism changed? She started to cross her legs, and then she also crossed her arms. We know that we can't really use the legs because women tend to cross their legs. That's just something that's part of women's upbringing, right? Crossing your legs when you have skirts on. So we don't really look at women's legs to see if they're being not being forthcoming. But we do tend to look at the arms, right? That's something that's very universal amongst men and women. If they're crossing their arms and stuff, they kind of seem like they're holding back, right? Or it's a coping mechanism because they're not really trying to be forthcoming on any questions that these detectives are asking them. Right now, you've seen that she went into a defensive mode. She kind of understood that she needs to relax or seem relaxed a little bit more. So now she's leaning more to her left side and she unfolded her arms. She's still uncomfortable, but what this stance tells me is that she's trying to intently listen to what the detectives are saying to her to see if they have more more evidence that kind of links her to it. She's really being attentive right now to see what they know or what they assume that they have on her. And that's why she changed her body mannerism. But let's go on.
No.
Okay, so what we do is we kind of go to some third-party companies like Ancestry.com, stuff like that, and try and build family trees, okay? So part of that is the remains, the DNA testing on the remains that we found are connected to your family, okay? Yeah, so it was younger, right? The remains, best we can tell. And we honestly don't know really what happened. It's just one of those things that they're trying to get us to figure out and use this new, it's crazy, right?
Police also visit Carrie's sister Wendy that morning in Roxbury, New York for the same purpose.
So we found human remains up in the Albany area. It's from a while ago.
Exactly.
Going back
Isabel,
several years.
Shout out to you.
It's come to our
Friday.
attention that it kind of comes
Happy
back
holidays.
to possibly a relative in your family. But
in my family?
Yeah.
Oh.
But unfortunately, we have to kind of go through and talk to everybody and then try to get like a buccal swab from people, meaning that's just like a swab of the cheek, to try to figure out whose remains they were.
Back in Albany, Carrie guides the detectives through her immediate family, which includes an ex-husband and 2 adult children, as well as her extended family members, none of whom are missing as far as she knows.
No one in the family's talked about losing someone that never got accounted for. Younger though, like young.
No, they're all accounted for that I know of.
Was anybody pregnant and then like no one ever saw the kid or anything?
No.
No.
Not that I'm aware of.
With Carrie eliminating everyone else in the family, the detective focuses in on her.
So you said you have 2 kids, right?
Yes.
Okay. Any other kids?
No.
No? Okay. I know it's kind of a personal question, but it's one of the things I gotta ask. How many times have you been pregnant?
2.
2?
Yes.
Okay.
Very easy, very...
Easy pregnancies? No issues?
No.
What about after? Because like my wife, she got the postpartum. Did you ever get that?
No. I babysat for so many people in Roxbury. Like I was the town babysitter.
Okay.
That I think, when I had my kids, it was easy for me because I'm used to crying, screaming children.
As important as Carrie's experiences growing up in Roxbury may have been, the police today are only concerned with one child.
This is a baby, if you couldn't tell.
I'm gonna throw up. Like, that's gross.
Bingo!
So the remains were found where? Can you tell me that?
Yeah. So, are you familiar with this area at all?
Within Washington Park? I've seen it during Tulip Festival.
These flower beds are over here, right by this road. This is where the remains are found. Yeah. Okay. But, I mean, easy enough.
I'm sorry, I've got goosebumps.
Oh, it's horrible.
Ugh.
The discovery was made 27 years ago on September 7, 1997. 3 park workers were starting their shift when they came across an unresponsive infant lying in the grass among burned blue cloth. Police and rescue personnel responded to the scene, but it was far too late. The child, who would go on to be named Baby Moses Washington in reference to the park and a nearby statue, was already dead.
So this is a very newborn baby that it gets found. And we're trying to hash that out.
Trigger warning, trigger warning. I just want to put that out there. This is a trigger warning. Even though this is a cold case that has been solved and it took 27 years later to be solved, it literally seems to me that this woman, unalived, one of the children that she was watching at that time in the Rockland County area and stuff like that, they finally found the remains 27 years later, and they just so happened to still have her DNA attached to that body. Prayers to the poor little child, because it was a baby, they said. So this is a baby who didn't have the chance. So I'm first of all, that's horrible. Second of all, I want to know, what did she do to this baby? Isabel said, thank you. While I work on my computer, I'm listening to Crimes Interrogation often. Oh, you're welcome, Isabel. You're welcome. She needs to lawyer up, Mrs. Yeah, she really do. Like, she doesn't understand that at this point she should have had stopped the full conversation. She literally gave them a lot of information. She said that she was the town babysitter. You said that you was the town babysitter, and they just told you that the remains that they found at that park was the baby. Brock said it was her baby. Oh, Brock, how you doing? Happy Friday. Good to see you. Happy holidays. So have you seen this case before? It was her baby that this happened to? Isabel said, wow, 26 years? What happened with the parents? I don't know. Brock said that this might have been her baby. It could be a possibility because they were talking about genealogy. So if they're talking about genealogy with her, that means that it has to be someone that was related to her. So Brock might be correct. What's the statute of limitations in New York? In this situation for a child, there is none. Oh, okay. Exactly. There is no statute of limitation on murder. Thank you, Brucey. Thank you, Brock. I appreciate it. Let's go on.
I mean, in your mind, what would cause someone to leave a baby in a place? Anything you could think of?
No.
Oh my God.
Because they have all those like hospitals, safe places.
Safe havens for your kids.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're trying to wrap our head around.
No idea. No idea.
I mean, so there are some aggravating factors with this as well.
I think especially like how.
Right.
He'll soon reveal much more about these aggravating factors, and they are horrific. But for now, he just wants her cooperation.
So part of this is we're going around, we're trying to collect DNA samples from people, all right, to try and match to the remains and that we're doing. Is that something you'd be able to help us out with?
Yeah,
Give us a sample of DNA?
In Roxbury, they ask the same of Carrie's sister.
Would you be willing to just do a buckle swap for us so we can, basically determine whether or not, like, those remains would be anybody in your family? Because they may not be. And this would be helping us out to rule it out. That way we can move on and try to bring some closure.
The sisters submit their samples, and Carrie asks a follow-up question.
How does that work with DNA? Can you like pinpoint?
Yeah.
I don't watch any of those stupid.
No.
Sorry, I don't mean.
No, it's
shows.
not. You're insulting my career.
No, they freak me out.
Yeah.
So DNA is pretty cool because, in a sense, everyone's fingerprint is different, right? It's distinct. DNA is like your genetic fingerprint. Okay.
Oh, cool.
But DNA isn't the only key to this heinous crime, and the detectives want to make certain that Carrie, who, unlike her sister, has lived in the Albany area since the 90s, isn't holding anything back.
The other part of it is this. I'm not saying I don't believe you by any means, right? But one of the other things we kind of, the best way to describe it is we're mixing old school and new school, right? We're doing this new school DNA stuff, but we're also doing the old school in the sense of if people are willing to do it, we're trying to bring it back. Would you be willing to take a polygraph examination for us?
Yeah, she is playing dumb. Sure.
Okay, awesome. Appreciate it. Hang tight one sec.
Instead of arranging for a polygraph, however, the investigators returned to give Carrie a clear look at exactly what kind of crime this was.
So, I'm sorry I gotta show you this, but I do, because it is important. Okay? The baby was actually set on fire.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not only was it abandoned, but...
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we're trying to figure out, who did it. Obviously, right?
Right.
Because in your mind, I mean, you see that. What's that scream to you?
It's crazy. Whoa.
But I mean, as I said, everything's explainable.
Right.
But it's not me. I don't know. Especially when we can prove it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a spot you want to be, or someone wants to be. I should say.
Right.
Right. Like if someone is truly related, or the mother or father of this child, the best thing they could do when we talk to them, and this is just me thinking out loud, is the best thing they could do when we talk to them is be truthful, right? Because what they do is we end up, we get DNA, we make.
Oh my God, that poor baby, that poor baby. That poor baby is defenseless, and you do the unthinkable. You set that baby on fire. That means that you intentionally wanted to make sure that you get rid of any form of DNA, right? Anything that would actually link it back to you. My question is now I have to wonder, why would you do that to your own child? What was the motive behind it? What was the circumstances? Did you have this child out of wedlock? Did you have this child by a man that you're not with anymore, and you felt that you wouldn't be in a new marriage or anything like that if you had this extra baggage? Because as a mother, that really hurts. It really hurts my soul, really. People like that disgust me. Yes, they do. Isabel said, yes, the best part for me when they show the screen. Putting that on their face, right? Evil, no excuses. Yeah, there is none. There is no excuse. I just want to find out what was the motive behind doing that to a baby, and then let alone doing that to your own child, right? It's like, makes me sick.
Comparisons. And God helps someone if they lie.
As the detective ramps up, the woman who maintained for 45 solid minutes that she knows nothing about this long-ago tragedy
No idea.
is about to drop a bombshell.
Because all you have is your
Was
credibility,
it postpartum?
right?
Did they say it was postpartum?
27 years ago, baby Moses gets found here, right? And
I'm in agreement with you, guys.
say you are,
I'm in agreement with
Mom,
you.
right? I'm not saying you are, but say you are, right? And we bring you down here, and you say, no, I'm not the mother. I was never pregnant then. What if that's not true? Like, we could figure all that stuff out, right? And then what happens is we go, hey, guess what? We found this baby dead and burned, and the mother said she's not the mother. What's that scream to you? If you're
I did it.
You did it?
I did it.
Carrie's sudden confession lands like a grenade, but it's been a long time in the making. A full 2 years earlier, investigators were out at Carrie's house in the middle of the night looking for evidence.
We are on our way to Altamont, New York for a trash pull.
I am beyond shocked. Excuse me. I am beyond shocked that she just blurted out and she just decided to admit to it. But I'm wondering if she admitted to it in mid of the interrogation as something being strategic, right? I figured that maybe what Brock said in the chat is one of the reasons why she admitted to it in mid sentence of the interrogation. That if she goes off of having postmortem or PTSD and things of that sort, that she will get leniency in the fact of why she harmed her child in that particular type of way, right? And I know postpartum is something really serious, right? Your hormone levels is so out of whack for women who deals with PTSD and postpartum. After having a child, they do start to look at their child as not a part of them. They look at their child as a foreign object that probably kind of destroyed their life, made their life worse, or something like that. It has a lot to do with the hormones, especially when you start having high dosage of testosterone in females. That's when they start to kill their children or unalive their children, right? Um, it's not a joke. A lot of people think it's not real. I agree. A lot of people don't think it's real. A lot of people think that it's just a something that's made up to try to get people out of it. In some situations, people do use that as an excuse, and other reasons is really happening, right? When your chemical balance in your brain and in your mind and your hormones is out of whack, you got to understand that that does distort your psyche, right? And your mental thought process. It really does. But that, oh my god, that just hurt my head, and I was really surprised about that. I was really surprised about that. Shout out to King Kamikaze who sent 100 for 2 jewels. Thank you so much again, sir. I truly, truly appreciate you. Ricardo said, when I watched this morning, the only thing I thought was that the last moments of that baby, it was hell. How did he suffer? It's a horrible thing to think about. Really, it's a horrible thing to think about, Ricardo. To be scared and to feel that way, and this is the only person you know, the person that you love, the person that you are dependent on, and it's terrible. They named him Baby Moses, yeah. And once again, Kamikaze sent 100 for 2 jewels. Thank you so much, Kamikaze. Thank you so much. Again, trigger warning, guys. Trigger warning. If you need to go step away, do something else. If you're affected about listening about cases that have to do with babies, infants, and children, like I am, because I'm very sensitive to it, go ahead and take a break, come back, or you can call it a night. I truly appreciate it regardless, okay? Luna said, I thought the same thing. Yeah. No emotion. None. Yep. She admitted it. She sure did. She admitted it. She said that, like, yes, I woke up this morning. She sure did, Isabel. She sure did. She's not smart. Nope. She's not smart. She's not smart at all. Unless, like I said, if it was strategic, Joanne, that she wants to now say that she did it. And then when she preps herself up to get a lawyer and say that it was postmortem, or find any documentation when she was going to her gynecologist to say that she is suffering from postmortem, I think that that's the play behind that. Brock said, in disgust. I am. Ricardo said, Fulton Heart for 10 jewels. Truly appreciate you, Ricardo. Truly appreciate you. Thank you so much. And Ricardo also sent marshmallows high for 100 jewels. Thank you so much, Ricardo. I truly appreciate you. Thank you. Brock said, my sister had it and had no attachment to her daughter, my niece. My sister could care less if she died. She was disgusted by her daughter. Yeah, it's a serious thing, Brock. It's a serious thing that people don't understand about. Isabel said, I can put a collection of horror throughout my life. My children I protect and care, love more than anything, no excuses. Some people have the mother's touch, right? Some people really do have it, and other people don't have it. I always believe that there's mothers in this world, and there's women or humans that can have children. Being able to have children and being a mother is two different things. It gets worse. Hang on. Oh my God, Miss Joanne. I don't want it to get worse no more. I don't want it no more. Thank you so much, Luna. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Sweetheart Shell sent floating hearts for 10 jewels. Thank you so much, sis. I truly appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. Me said, "Why do you feel the need to change kill to unalive?" It's because of the platform. Sometimes when you say kill, it's a trigger to the algorithm, and other times saying unalive doesn't affect the algorithm. But shout out to you and happy Friday, okay? Luna said 100 for 2 jewels. Thank you so much, Luna. I truly appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, as Miss Jalen said, thank you all for the support. You are all amazing. We appreciate it over here. We definitely do. We definitely do. It's all right. Let's go on.
After a decades-long investigation that has included some dirty jobs, the detective wants to finally hear all of the horrible details.
What happened?
I got pregnant. I had the baby. I gave birth in my bathtub. Baby died. Didn't know how to get rid of it.
How'd the baby die?
I think I had water in the bathtub. I think it drowned.
You drowned it?
I didn't drown it.
In that bathtub?
Yes.
Inside that apartment? Right there?
Yes.
Why'd you burn the baby?
I didn't burn the baby.
Who did?
I don't know who did.
Who'd you give the baby to?
I had the baby by myself. I went down to the park. I handed it to somebody.
Who'd you hand it to?
I don't know. Some random person.
Carrie, that doesn't.
I swear to God.
Carrie has reduced her crime to little more than an improper burial.
Yeah, you can tell she's lying. She's 100% lying. The simple fact that you're even talking about the baby and you don't even have any type of emotion behind it. I don't even think that the postmortem is even going to work in this case. This woman looked like she's an older woman. She looked like she's in her 40s. She looked like she's in the same age rank as me. You probably got into a new relationship. I'm sure you probably have children now. But the fact that you're talking about the baby that you did that to, you have no emotions behind it. I don't doubt it. Want to doubt that you took him to the park and you did the burning yourself. There was no guy that you handed the baby to. No, you didn't do that. It doesn't make any sense to do that. It doesn't make any sense at all. You were the only one there. Who the F if not? Right, exactly, Brucey. Exactly. Get ready of it. The phrase off. Right. The phrase out. Right. No remorse. None whatsoever. Calling the child, it says it all. Bingo. Bingo, skinny. Exactly. Exactly. Kalia said if she could, she would blame somebody black. She would blame anybody at this point. But shout out to you, Kalia. Shout out to you. Happy Friday and happy holidays to you. Narcissism is definitely a touch there. Absolutely. They can tell if the baby has water in the baby's lungs or smoke. Exactly. This is why she didn't think this through. There's a reason why he showed her the tub that she was in. If the baby drowned in the tub, 2 things had to happen. One, you had to overflow the tub for the baby to drown in it, or you had to purposely drown the baby. That's the reason why they showed her the picture of the tub and the apartment. He said, MJ, that lady's look old. I mean, she does look old. She could be late 40s, 50s. I don't know. Okay, I'll even give up to maybe, but I would say no more than like in her early 50s. Truly. Let's go on.
But it's not long before she makes a second vile admission.
You did not hand this baby to a random person. That didn't happen.
I didn't know what to do. I set the baby on fire.
Was it screaming?
No, it was dead. It was dead.
This grim subject will be revisited, but for now, the detective keeps pressing, certain that Carrie is holding on to at least one more unspeakable truth.
This baby was breathing for minutes. This baby was alive.
I had it in the... I did.
That doesn't lie. This is 27 years ago. Let's clean this up. Let's be done with this here and now. That baby died, not of natural causes.
I didn't kill the baby that I'm aware of. I had it in the bathtub.
It didn't drown. There's no water in the lungs. That didn't happen. It's not of natural causes. There's no trauma, so that leaves one thing. And you know what that one thing is?
Suffocation?
If you freaked out and did this, that's fine. We need to know. Look.
Yes.
Yes, what?
I suffocated the child.
With what?
To put in the bag.
Put it in a bag?
In a series of shocking disclosures, it's the biggest one yet. After 27 years, Albany investigators not only know who baby Moses was, they know exactly who killed him. But the most horrifying specifics of that tragic day are still to come.
Did you hear the baby cry and screaming?
I did not.
You didn't hear the baby cry?
No, I swear. Not that I remember. I do not remember hearing the baby cry.
What kind of bag?
I think like a Walmart type.
Like a plastic
like
bag?
A plastic bag.
Okay. And then, how'd you get down to Washington Park?
Sure.
How do you get it from the apartment to your car?
I had the plastic bag. I put it in the bag, in the towel, and put it in my car. Carried it out like it was groceries.
You carried it out like it was groceries?
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like taking it out like it's trash, you know?
Yeah.
Did you have in your mind, I'm going to go to Washington Park, or were you just...
I think I was just driving. I was just driving.
Yeah, she's done for doing that now. You're right, Joanne. You're right. This is just an evil son of a gun. She doesn't even realize that the fact that she just admitted it and she's not showing any form of remorse, and she said that she carried the baby out like groceries and stuff like that. She doesn't understand that that's quite telling about your character to the detectives. You didn't care about that child. In fact, you kind of had fun by getting rid of that child the way that you did. You didn't drown that child. That child didn't slip in the bathtub. You suffocated that child, and you purposely burned that child. And you heard screams. You heard the child scream. The child was alive at a certain amount of time. So you still went through with it, even though, the reactions from your child by being harmed or feeling pain or anything like that. You still went full in with it. It shows your character. This is not postmortem. This was very intentional. Very intentional. This is not postmortem at all. Because at this point, it's 27 years later, you supposed to, there's a certain amount of time that you usually get out of postmortem. And if that was brung up that you was having forms of PTSD or that, you go seek help and stuff like that for that. Now, if you have children now, like I said, she's an older woman. You can look at her and she's an older woman. I'm sure she had more children after that. If your children was able to survive being an infant, going into toddler and into a young child stage, all the way up into teenager, depending how old your children are today, what you did to that baby was intentional. And I want to know the motive why behind it.
I didn't know what I was doing.
And where was the bag of groceries that you brought out at that time?
In the back seat.
But while Carrie's story is bleak enough, the detective still doesn't think it's the whole truth. And with one more chilling confession, Carrie proves him right.
Well, now we got to talk about the part where the baby stopped screaming. And we got to do an honest account of that with each other. Not I think, because this is something you don't forget. You probably haven't thought about it in a long time, but it's definitely something you don't forget.
I put my hands over its mouth and nose.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
And then you press down?
Yeah. I think.
No, not I think. It's either did or didn't. And I'm not pressuring you to say something, but I need a definitive answer here.
Yes.
Yes, what?
I pressed down.
Did the baby stop crying when you did that?
Again, I don't remember the baby crying, but it must have. I don't remember the baby crying.
I want you to think back to 1997 when you had your hand over your mouth and nose. Did you feel those little breaths hitting your hand?
Yes.
How long until it stopped?
$10? I don't know.
You held your hand on the baby.
10 minutes?
I
10
don't.
fuck?
Timing, I don't know.
Carrie's darkest secrets are out in the open, but the detective wants to know more about one of the crime's most disturbing aspects, the scorch marks on the baby's body.
I started to walk away, and then I was afraid that there might be evidence on the towel. So it wasn't the baby, it was
You were trying to get rid of the towel.
the towel. I was afraid my fingerprints or whatever would be on the towel. So I wasn't setting the baby on fire, I was setting the towel on fire, not at that time thinking that the...
Why not just take the towel off?
Yeah, this lady is evil. She's pure evil. She tortured that baby. She tortured her own child. There's no way you need to hold a baby down 10 minutes, holding his nose and mouth for 10 minutes. That was overkill. Literally holding an adult for 2 minutes can literally knock them out. You intentionally unalived that baby. And this is not postmortem. She went out of her way to make that baby suffer. This is not something like, I'm just gonna pick up in a foot of rage and I drop the baby or I threw the baby to the wall. You know what I'm saying? That's not everything that she's describing is not postmortem. I have seen examples of women who unalive their children and how that look when they're going through postmortem. She went and was strategic in harming this baby. She knew how she wanted this baby to suffer. He's about to explain to her that she could have took the towel off that she wrapped the baby in the bag. She could have took the towel off to burn the towel if you was concerned about DNA. She kept the towel on and burnt the towel with the baby on the baby. This is evil lean right here. This is pure evil, hatred, disgusting. I'm so upset, guys. I'm sorry. Isabella said psychopathia. Yeah. I don't believe it either. I agree. I'm really, really upset. So just trigger warning again, please, trigger warning. In order for the baby to drown, it has to take a breath first, right? Oh my God. Baby took a breath. She says it's cold and inhumane. Yeah. Nobody has commented the way that her expression changed when she confessed and admitted that's textbook psycho and sociopath. She doesn't care about it. No, she doesn't. She doesn't. That I'm aware of, the joke. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. She suffocated the baby. Yeah. How do you carry the baby to full term? Like, I don't understand. My service is spotty, so I hope you received the. Yes, I did receive the gifts, King Kamikaze. So thank you so much. I truly, truly appreciate it. Truly appreciate it. It's one that I cannot accept in being a woman, a mother that are not. Like I said, just because you're a woman doesn't mean you're a mother. And I hope that women and men understand that just because a woman has ovaries and has a sexual organ that can produce children does not make that female a mother. There is a difference. Miss J says King Kamikaze sent 100 for 2 jewels. I truly appreciate you, King Kamikaze. Thank you so much. He signed a combo X2 for 100 for 2 jewels. Thank you so much, King Kamikaze, once again. And a combined 3 times 100 for 2 jewels. Thank you once again. Thank you for being the top supporter tonight, King Kamikaze. I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Todd Bridges said, it doesn't matter what the detectives thinks of her. What matters is the jury's opinion. Yes, that's true. I mean, and the prosecutors, if they do their job, but it's good for the detectives to get her to explain herself the way that she's explaining herself. So when they hand this to the prosecutor, it's pretty much a slam dunk, right? But shout out to you. Happy Friday and happy holidays. Richard said they need to do all the above. This lady stick her in the back. Yes. I don't know how she would feel, if that was her. She admitted it already. Yeah. Todd said that's true. But most women don't report their postpartum depression, and most don't even believe that they're going through postpartum depression. That's an issue too. That is a real issue that we need to start taking and take it seriously, right? Of course, it matters what the detective think. Miss J said one more confession, right? Joanne says postpartum usually happens a few days after the birth, not usually immediately necessarily. I agree. That's true. Like I said, hormones and everything, chemical imbalance start going out of whack. High testosterone levels. They literally said that a lot of the instances when people take their children lives, especially when it's women, they found to have high testosterone levels at that time. Let's see. There it is. She put her hand over his mouth. Right. Yeah, she said 10. She did. Korea said, what's disturbing is she's a mother talking this way. And why she keep the next 2 kids? I don't know. Shout out to you and happy Friday. Happy Friday. I'm annoyed. Poster child of Eva. Yeah. She's a psycho. She's definitely is. She's so evil. Yeah, absolutely. Joanne said, oh yes, that poor baby suffered. It could have been given up at a hospital or fire department very easily. Yeah, I mean, we still do that now to this day. Let's see. Yeah, I'm upset about it. I'm really upset about it. Let's get on with this, shall we?
Set it on fire. Or take it with you.
Just that.
Yeah.
Not.
Because those matches
not in the right headset, not in the right frame of mind, not.
Fair enough.
Carrie, who was 25 at the time, says that the baby's father was an ex-boyfriend from Roxbury and that she only realized she was pregnant after moving to Albany.
Have you ever told anyone?
No. Nobody.
Well, we never told anybody?
No.
Like mom, dad, sister, nobody?
Nobody.
Just kept it inside the whole time?
Yeah.
Do you remember seeing all of the stuff on the news about it?
I do not. I didn't watch the news after. No.
So a lot of people actually showed up to that funeral. A lot of people. Thank you. A lot of people, for a lot of years,
We're wondering.
wanted to know. Not even for someone to be in trouble. No, people don't care. People want to know.
Walked it out. I just, even today, I just like it.
If you could say anything to that baby right now, what would it be?
I love you and I'm sorry.
If he asked you, why'd you do this to me?
Ooh, you sick bitch.
I was young, stupid, and
With Carrie's story having continuously evolved since the start of the interview, the detective summarizes her statement to make sure he's got everything straight.
You went into the bathtub where you ran warm water, I would assume?
Yeah.
Where you ran warm water, and then you delivered the baby. You pulled the baby out. You cut the umbilical cord. Cut it with your right hand or your left hand?
I'm right-handed,
Right-handed, okay. You recall baby moving around. You don't recall if it was crying, but you know it was alive because it was moving. You put the baby down.
Okay.
You cut the umbilical cord. You take care of yourself. And then you placed your hand over the baby's nose and mouth and applied pressure
trying to play that
until the baby stopped moving. Did you know you were going to kill it?
Thank you.
When you were doing
I
that?
love you too. I love you too.
Yes.
Too.
I think yes.
So you knew what you were doing, but you did.
Oh, you talking about the lady.
I knew what I was doing. I was young. I was stupid. I didn't,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you intentionally kill this baby. Then, after about an hour, you go to Washington Park and set the baby on fire. And if that baby were alive today, you would say, I love you and I'm sorry.
Now that I'm older, wiser, have kids, and yeah.
And that leaves only a few questions left to answer, including a big one.
Why?
Why did I do it?
Yeah.
I think I just had no clue what I think I was just in shock.
You're in shock. Had you met Jason yet at that point?
We were working together.
Did you like him at that point?
No, he was engaged. He was,
I got it. I got it.
Co-workers.
So this is something you were young and you were scared?
Yeah, he doesn't even know about this.
What's it feel like to kill someone?
Terrible. Terrible.
Like, walk me through your emotions. I always ask everyone that's killed someone, and you're not the first person.
Shame, embarrassment, hatred of myself.
When did that kick in?
Immediately.
After you did it?
Mm-hmm.
She is so completely lying. None of that kicked in. And you're not remorseful. You're not sorry. You don't love that baby. You literally calling it, you're literally calling it as if you don't know what the gender is. You mean to tell me that you didn't even think about even giving that baby name? And I'm glad that the detective said you intentionally unalived this baby, because her whole excuse is that she wasn't in her right state of mind. I don't know why I did it. You know what I'm saying? She's already trying to lead up to the case of using the postmortem situation going on that she probably had at that time at the age of 24. But you didn't get postmortem depression with your kids today. You're married now and you have kids now. If they can look and find out if you was also suffering from postmortem depression then I can understand maybe them taking that in consideration. But the fact that you was able to get married and you had children now of your own, the motive behind why you did what you did to that baby is because you were spiteful and mad that the relationship with the guy ended. You didn't inform him that he had a child or that you were pregnant. And to be out of spite and how you felt about the father, you unalive your children. You unalive your child that way. It wasn't postmortem. I want people to understand that this is not postmortem. What she did was not postmortem. It was all intentional. It was all intentional. Usually when women suffer with postmortem depression, right? She would have did all the unaliving in that house. That house would have been a whole crime scene. She didn't do that. In fact, what she did was she literally put the baby in a bag and suffocated. Oh, she literally suffocated the baby, put the baby in a bag, made a conscious thought to take the baby body to a park, get a blowtorch, and burn that baby. That is not postmortem. postpartum depression. That is psychopath. Okay? That is the works of someone who is a psychopath. Okay? It was pure hatred and malice for the baby. And we might not never ever know the real true story unless she does she does an interview or something like that later on down the road. What was the real reason why she did that to that baby? But my best bet is that she was sour of a relationship ended, and when she had the baby, she decided to be very spiteful and petty. And she figured that she will be able to start all over and start anew, you know, start all over and start anew without having that quote unquote baggage of a failed relationship. It's sad. It's really sad, guys. Miss J said, but you carry baby Moses full term, right? Exactly. Because you gotta take this into consideration. She was in her 20s and this was 1997. The laws in the book, she could have had literally got rid of that baby at any time. I wonder if when her kids hear about this, what would they think? Mom could have, yeah, exactly, Luna, exactly. Yeah. I really believe that when you do some evil like that, it projects on your body or on your face. I do too. I believe that too somewhat. That, when you start doing evil things, it starts to show up, right? I mean, at the end of the day, what's under the skin has to come out, right? It's called postpartum. Yeah. I don't think she has postpartum, Joe. I don't. Yeah, and if she was, she would have been remorseful. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. If she had went through postpartum depression, she would be remorseful right now. She is mundane in her actions about even talking about what she did to her own child. That wasn't postpartum. She went through her little psychopathic phase. She's a disgusting person. She is. Let's continue this on.
After a morning that's seen all of her shadows brought into the light, Carrie has a question of her own.
So now, what now?
I mean, we got to figure out what's what now. I mean, I want to honestly just take a second and process everything we just talked about, and I'm sure you do too.
Right. I mean, am I in trouble? Am I going to be arrested? I
honestly don't know, Carrie. What do you think should happen out of this?
Personally, if it was years ago, I think I should be in trouble. It's 27 years later. I've got my life back in order. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, I did it.
Did what?
I killed a child. I killed a baby.
I would you say you murdered it?
I would have to say that's what I did.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time.
The detectives leave Carrie to it for a moment, but despite today's ugly revelations, they're about to give her an unexpected reprieve.
What's happening?
You're going home.
Am I being charged,
No.
arrested, anything?
No.
Okay. So it's not going to be on the news like tomorrow, so I have to warn my parents?
No, it's not going to be on the news, right? Now, moving forward, is it possible that you could be arrested at some point? Maybe. Yeah.
I'm worried about my career and everything too,
Yeah, rightfully so.
Now, hindsight, like I worry about my kids and my relationship with my kids. And,
oh yeah.
I mean, they don't speak with their father at all. I'm all they have, and this.
Not you worrying about your kids after you're literally having a conversation with your first child that you killed in one of the most gruesome ways that you could possibly kill a child. You worrying about your kids? Like, your kids, your career, now you worrying about your parents? I'm surprised that they even letting you go. I'm surprised they're letting you go right now. I am. The simple fact that you're being let go to go home is fucking astounding to me. After you said it with your whole chest. Yeah, I did it. Now what? It was 27 years ago. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, my head hurt. My head hurt so bad. Oh, the pain.
I mean, here's the thing. Everyone's got skeletons in their closet, just of different degrees, right?
Yeah, but this is killing somebody. You know what I mean? Like, this is actual murder.
But Carrie is indeed free to leave, though the detective ends the interview with a note of caution.
Am I like, I'm supposed to be going to Florida in November. Am I free to go to Florida in November? Or is that a down the road thing? Is that a...
I mean, that's a down the road thing. I mean, let's take it one thing at a time here.
Court records state that Carrie went to work after the interview before going home, where police had secretly installed an eavesdropping device. She vacuumed the house and, quote, treated the killing of this child as nothing more than a singular moment in time and of no consequence. 1 week later, Carrie Mazuka was arrested for second-degree murder, tampering with physical evidence, and concealment of a corpse.
And just have a seat. If you can have a seat in this chair. So just go.
Do you need any water?
Can I have a water?
Yeah. You want any snacks or anything like that?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Carrie is back in the same interrogation room, but this time there are no investigators to talk to. As it turns out, the detectives got all they needed last week.
When you placed your hand over the mouth and nose of the baby, was it breathing?
Yes.
After a deal with the prosecution, Carrie Mazuka pled guilty to 1 count of manslaughter in the first degree and 1 count of tampering with physical evidence. At the sentence hearing, the prosecutor, referring to Carrie's maiden name, said, "Today we know the baby's identity as Baby Spielman, and its young life was nothing but suffering and pain."
So where was the towel when you set it on fire?
Under baby? By baby?
The prosecutor went on to say that Carrie's 9-pound, 3-ounce infant was found wrapped in a blanket, and he was completely burned on his entire back, including the back of his head. In a recorded jail call, Carrie said, "Do I deserve something? Yes. Do I deserve to lose everything in my life? My house, my possessions, everything? No."
Why did you set the towel on fire while it was on the baby?
To get rid of.
This is why I said that she was stupid and that she was dumb. She gave so much of the evidence away. Like I said, she's the one who sealed her own life. She's the one who sealed the deal that she was not going to be able to use postpartum depression because you did it intentionally and you have not shown any signs of remorse of the baby now. None whatsoever. It was dry as fucking it was dry as someone's ashy ass fucking elbow when you said that if the baby was alive today, you was able to speak to it that I love you and that I'm sorry. It was dry as doornails. Now once have you shed a tear. Now once have you shown any signs of having remorse that this has been something that's been going on or going through in the back of your mind throughout this whole entire time, 27 years. You literally set the flow for them to come down with the verdict that you're going to get. You're the one who did it. Because you just thought it was like, oh, it was long a time ago that I'm good and all the stuff like that. Like, no, you're not good. This is not okay. What you did was not okay. Let's see. Second degree. Yes, second degree. Yeah. They're going to use the bottle for DNA. Bye-bye freedom. I agree. 9 pounds. How was she able to move after birth? Yeah, 9 pounds, 3 ounces is kind of big, right? It is kind of big. Shout out to moms. Let's see. Dwayne says postpartum, not postpartum. I didn't say postpartum. I said postpartum. I have a accent. Happy Friday. Yeah, shout out to moms. Yeah, I agree. let's go on. Let's see what else they have to say. We're at the end anyway.
DNA or fingerprints, or I'm saying fingerprints because we're talking DNA today.
Game changer, right?
At the hearing, the judge looked at Carrie and said, "I'll call him Baby Moses and not Baby Spielman because the detectives and officers who found him and gave him that name showed more love and consideration for your child than you ever did." On April 18, 2025, he sentenced Carrie Mazuka to 25 years in prison, followed by 5 years of post-release supervision. She's incarcerated at Bedford Hills Correctional Institution in New York State. If you'd like to see select new videos early and help us keep uncovering case files that rarely come to light, you'll find extra footage and unseen details on our Patreon. Channel memberships here on YouTube also include early access to select new videos.
So, trigger warning, guys. I know that was a hard one to deal with. My life. Prayers go up to poor baby Moses. You was born into a horrible mother, who you didn't get one chance to actually be showered with love or anything. And I think that should have gave her life in prison. 25 years is not good enough for me. 5 years probation is not good enough for me. She was able to live her life, and she was able to create a new family, and she deserves life as the life that she stole at that moment, and then try to make it seem like it was some form of postpartum depression. Yeah, no, that was sickening. That was horrible. That baby suffered so bad, and I feel it. Like I feel like the despair that the baby is feeling. Like it's horrible. It's wicked. It's just a truly wicked situation. Truly wicked. I'm so disturbed about that. I hate doing these type of cases, but we do have to go over it so we can have a better understanding about what's going on, right? These things are happening day by day, daily, to children, to people, and stuff like that. And even though they're not the best of things, and we're not gloating or having having entertainment on when people are suffering, we need to be prepared and we need to be aware, right? We do. We definitely do. Luna says, I hope she remembers that picture every night. I do too. I do. Joanne said, my son was 9 pounds and I was in a wheelchair for 3 years. Wow. Wow. Oh, no problem, Brucey. No problem. I appreciate you. How many years did she get? She got 25. Glad you got to see me. I'm so glad I got to see you too, Brucey. Go ahead and take care of yourself while you're in the hospital. Eat all your food, all right? I know the hospital food ain't good, and I know you're a Tennessee kid, but try to do your best, okay? Eat all your food, get strong, get healthy, and I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray that you make it home by Christmas, sir. Okay? I have my prayers for you. All right. Let's see. Right, she is young. A life for a life. I agree. Life for a life. Yes, thank you so much, Luna. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know if it's me, but lately it was a lot of mother crime on their child. Yeah, I think it might be spiking up. That could be a possibility, Isabel. Possibility. Well, good folks, thank you so much for rocking out with me this long on a Friday evening. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to rock out with me. And I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. Truly appreciate it. I might come back tomorrow. I don't know. But you'll get the notification if I decide to come back tomorrow and kick it with you good folks, okay? But I do want to say, we did it, everyone! 150,000 subscribers, and we did it at the timeline that we said we was going to do it. The end of the year, the end of 2025. Woohoo! We did it, we did it, we did it. Shout out to everyone who makes this channel great. Shout out to all my mods who has been supporting me, who has been sharing, who has been commenting. I truly appreciate you. Shout out to all the good folks of the algorithm for coming in to stop by, whether if it's for a minute, whether if you're doing errands or working or just even using this as something that you can sleep with. Thank you. You have all helped for me to get to this new milestone, and it's truly appreciated. We're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to move, and we're going to continue to learn, love, and, just have fun, right? But again, I will see you guys tomorrow. If not, you won't get a notification. If you see a notification, I'm going to be there, okay? I truly appreciate you. Love you all. Happy holidays. Please love, protect, and spend as much time with your precious loved ones as possible, okay? I enjoyed all of y'all tonight. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.